that something.
Yes, sir. We're officially back at it. This is Boog Nice coming at you with the Articulated Comic Book Art Podcast. This is episode 46, I believe. I said the same exact thing last week when I believed it was 45. So I'm going to go with 46. I'm here with my man Internet and Colonel Crackers, and I believe Rick Dunn will be joining us at some point. And there's Pharaoh Black, the Black himself.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, man, we almost at full strength. All the Power Rangers are here.
Yeah, I think Pancho's going to pop in at some point, too.
He should be able to give us the rundown on some video game news. And
could not have sounded older when you said that.
basically. And yeah, I'm going to let Black kick it off with what he got these past couple of weeks. He ain't been on, and I'm doing some other shit on the side right now. Black, what's good?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
No, I couldn't hear you. So what you saying?
I was saying I'm gonna let you kick it off because you ain't been on for a couple of weeks, and I'm doing some other shit on the side right now. Well, what you got?
I don't know. A bunch of model kits. I got that Mezco Batman and the Armored Batman. Let's see.
Oh, from Dallas, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't know. Ended up getting the Yakuza figure, the Figma figure. I got the figure art Harley Quinn, the Mayfix Joker. What else I get? I got the Figma Samus. I'm trying to think. What else did I get?
Bunch of
I don't
imports.
know. Mostly model kits though, man. I got I ended up getting something like about 15 kits. So that's pretty much been the bulk of it and shit.
Mm.
I don't think I haven't gotten anything else really on. No, that's pretty much about it.
Well, all right. How about you, Fabio?
Real quick, Pharaoh, which Armored Batman do you like the most of the ones you have?
Mayfix.
Yeah. The light up eyes don't sell you?
I mean, it's just eyes, man.
Yeah.
It's a glowing effect. I mean, I've been having figures with glowing effects since I was probably about 6.
Do you have the DC Films one?
Nah, I ain't buy that shit.
I've seen some pictures of that one. It looks like the eyes light up on that one, or is it just some kind of light piping it has?
I have no idea. I just know that I've heard nothing but bad shit about it, especially for the price point.
Right.
And so, I mean,
Superman in stores. I was not impressed. I don't like how they did the musculature on the abs. It looks too blocky. I don't know.
The shoulders are doing something weird too. I didn't I don't know. I mean the Mezco is okay. It's just you can't really that ab crunch is just pretty much useless.
Mm-hmm.
Like I mean, the thing is it's really heavy and I don't know, it's a little awkward. It has its moments. I mean, when you pose it or whatever and leave it, it's nice. But as far as just basic functions, playing with a figure, whatever, I'd rather have the Mayfix.
Okay.
But speaking of that though, quickly, I might stop even fucking with Mayfix because I've like the Superman picture I took today. I moved his arm. I just broke the elbow joint completely, and then even with the Joker, all I did was go to change the hand, and I snapped the wrist plug at the at the actual the plug that connects to hand. I broke that, and I broke the plug that connects to the arm.
Wow.
The same. I said, I don't even know how the hell that happened.
Just exploded on you, huh?
Yeah, I mean, they're horrible when it comes to trying to get some shit fixed from them, man. I mean, they're complete assholes. They pretty much will tell you they don't fix figures, and they literally will say this to you: "We will send you out a replacement at our own, at our leisure," or some shit like that. Like they made me wait with my Superman. I first got it in. The first Superman I had that was fucked up. They literally made me wait like a month before they sent me anything. And then they sent me a bunch of shit in plastic bags I had to assemble myself. So I don't know. I'm just not knocking import companies or whatever, but I mean, I'm sorry, but the way that they do things over there in Japan, period, with customer service, I think I don't know. Like I'm really turned off by that right now.
Nope, dropped out for a minute. You guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. I don't like the way that I guess it's the Mezco regular BVS Batman. He looks mad fucking bulky, man. He looks fucking. It looks weird. You know what? As a standalone figure, I guess it doesn't look that bad. But when you put it next to anything else in 6-inch scale, he looks way too big, man. He looks.
Yeah, he looks a little squished down. Like he looks to me like somebody, you know, took a kind of a tall figure and kind of squished it down, and all the proportions kind of widened out as it did that. You know, it looks a little.
Well, what it is, you know, Ben Affleck, that Batman characters. I mean, his Batman is pretty huge.
Yeah, he really is. I actually just saw, to your point, I just saw a size chart of all the Batmen. He's actually the tallest Batman ever.
Tallest
and I think that and I think what they did was they were trying to pull that off using that cloth suit, and it just it's weird, like man.
Muscle padding.
Yeah.
Well, if they would have went with a little bit of muscle padding, it might have looked a little better. Mm-hmm. But trying to get that cloth to lay over that buck is just. I don't know. It's like he said, it's weird, man.
You do have to pose it. You know, if you're going to pose it in a vanilla pose, you do have to do certain things to kind of make it look a little more natural. I don't know who's echoing.
I have no idea.
I haven't done much with it, so I mean,
if we're gonna get into our top 10 lists or whatever, that's actually on one of my lists, and I picked that up actually towards the end of the year, not expecting to really like it as much as I did, but. Yeah, I mean, I can see why everyone would think that, especially in photos. It really looks like that. But once you have them in some pretty, dynamic poses where you can get the cloth to sort of, ripple and bend like it would in real life, it really does make it stand out a little more. Like, the light will catch the wrinkles in the suit, make it look a lot more realistic.
Well, I wasn't going to buy it. I mean, Dallas, listen, this is back when Comic-Con was going on. I told him, I said, I don't like it. And Dallas was like, no, I get it, man. You'll like it. I said, I'm not buying that thing.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I'm fuck with the Mayfex or whatever. Dallas like, man, I'm gonna send you one. I was like, all right, like if you're gonna send it, I'll try it out. But I mean, I'm not buying it. The same thing with Batman. When Darius posted his pictures of it, I mean, it's Batman. So I was like, okay, I'm going to get it. When I see those pictures, I'm not buying that thing, man.
I mean, I feel the same way. I'm actually kicking myself for not picking up the armored Batman for myself when I was at Comic-Con. Because I don't even like the movie all that much, but I just really like how this figure came out. It's just, I love the style of it. I'm pretty happy with it.
I don't know. The real sleeper figure, in my opinion, was the Harley. I think the knees, the way that they did the, not even the knees, the sides of the legs looks a little funky because they try to make it look really natural in the front. But I think that figure is like a really nice figure, man.
Which Harley?
The figure, it's really posable, man. It's
the Mayfex. You said?
No.
Oh, SHF.
Yeah. It's. I mean, and people going around saying she looked like a tranny, and nah, man, that figure.
No, I think that sculpt is dead on. I think the head sculpt is great.
Yeah, that figure.
I mean, the the airbrush, not really airbrush, but like that print effect that they have for how they apply the face and everything, actually really complements that figure because it makes her face look a little bit more makeup.
Yeah, they did. Mayfex is the one that dropped the ball, man. That Joker. I mean, I don't think this is the biggest problem. And I think I mentioned this back a few months. I don't think that each company is doing every version of the Jokers. Different. The different versions of whatever. That's why I went ahead and grabbed the Mayfex Joker with when he has the Arkham pants, and he has no shoes, whatever. But that fucking figure I think is almost as tall as Batman, which I didn't like, and it was just like, I don't know, it's kind of weird. Like his face, I don't know what the fuck they did to his face, man. It's just, I don't know, it's really fucking weird, man. So, I mean, that's a buy at your own risk type figure, I think.
And is that the end of what you got?
Yeah, that's it.
John, you got anything interesting?
I didn't get anything. I've been paying bills, dude. Nothing at all.
Your sock? Nothing?
I have gotten comic books. I have gotten clothing for business attire, and I have gotten food and groceries, but no action figures. I still haven't even gotten the Sandman wave. Food and groceries, boy, you know about it. But I still need to get the Sandman wave. I still need to get my pre-order in for the Guardians of the Galaxy wave. Like, it's tragic. It's tragic.
I'm not even.
I don't want that. I don't want that Guardians wave at all.
I just want the comic figures. I don't want anything to do with the movie figures.
The comic figures. I was like, I don't want those movie figures at all.
Yeah,
You're telling me you don't want Jizz Effect Yondu?
Yeah, I'm good on those. I'll take Kid Nova, and I'll take
Angela,
Darkhawk, Angela. You know what? I'm really concerned that Angela's going to be small as hell, man. I don't know.
Same. I think that what they're gonna do is make her like a little bit less short than what was it, Thundra?
She's tall. She's a tall figure. I've seen it in person.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be that big body.
Hopefully.
Well, when we were at the panel, and when they had it at the booth, they swear it's a brand new figure. They swear there's no reuse of parts, but like just looking at it, like something's got to be fucking reused on this thing. I don't know if it's brand
body mold. Well, Rick, why don't you go next? What did you get this week? Couple weeks, I guess.
Shit, I didn't get much. I got some DC Icons figures. I got a Atomica, which by the way has probably the best American female figure with ab movement I've ever seen.
Yep.
Yeah, I saw that comparison you posted. That looks great.
Yeah, it's unreal. I never wanted to get it because she's so random and she's like dead in the books. But I went to my comic book shop and she was like $12.99, so I just ended up picking it up, and I definitely don't regret it. It's a really, really nice figure. Although I don't have them in yet, I ordered Stone Cold and The Rock, so they should be here at some point soon. So hopefully not that far off. I ordered some of those Guardians figures. I only ordered pretty much what everybody else here ordered, just the comic book ones. I want nothing to do with any of those movie figures, and the Build-A-Figure is trash. So
I wouldn't go as far as saying that.
I mean, everybody's been waiting on that Titus, man. I don't know about you, but
oh man, who could forget? When we were at the Fabio was there when we were at the panel, and they were just like, "Well, the secret bath is Titus," and the entire room dead.
Exploded. It exploded with joy. That's what happened.
It was fucking silent as a mouse, and you could hear like three people like, "Who the fuck is Titus?" Everybody was throwing out really good suggestions. We were like, they were asking us, "Who do you think it is?" We were like, "Oh, Nimrod, New Annihilus. Oh man!" And then they were just like, "No, it's Titus." And we were just looking at him like, "You can't be serious, man. Who even is this?"
There was that one kid that was in the audience that was just like, "Yes, childhood dreams achieved."
I knew it. I knew we'd get him at some point. I called it.
Hasn't Titus been on Web Warriors or one of those cartoon shows?
Yeah.
Yes.
So that would make sense if a kid's reacting that way.
Of course. But it's
hey man, those kids at that Legends panel were super smart. They were asking better questions than any adult did.
Well, you know why I'm excited for Titus? Because I'm gonna have someone turn into a Tiger Claw.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that could work.
Every single time I look at Titus, I always think of that one character from like what was it, Virtua Fighter? That was like half like tiger, half human, or some shit like that. It was some fighting game.
I know what you're talking about. I don't remember what that is. I remember.
What's the name of that? I can't remember the name of that one figure. That was like back in the 90s, and he was like a part of the comic books too for a very short point. Who looks like he's almost the fucking body for Titus. He's some X-Men character. His name like Blank or something. He's like all gray. He wears a bandana and has a gun for an arm.
Shoot, I don't know. And I'm usually the guy to come to for that sort of information. I have no idea.
He has a really weird name, like Blank or like something like nondescript.
Character.
Yeah, and it looks a lot like that. Somebody posted that in Plastic and Paint, and they were like ripping him apart. Like, this doesn't look like it. And it did look like him. I felt so bad. I was like, damn, dude, this guy's getting eaten alive. But yeah, Tiger Claw would be cool to make. I think he's going to be a bit big, but that's pretty cool to make.
He's gonna be big, but I figure I'd rather have a giant Tiger Claw than that one that they released.
Oh, you mean the baby? The baby
Yeah.
cub?
Right, the cub.
That thing is small.
And what else you got, Rick?
Oh,
real quick, just to interrupt you, we got a couple people chiming in about this Angela in the comments, and I guess she's only slightly taller than Gamora in the books. And Hasbro said it's between the Moonstone and the Thundra bodies.
Yeah, I mean that's
yeah,
where she should be.
They said it was brand new.
All right, well, we'll see. We'll see if somebody else is going to bring another comparison figure from a different company next year.
Boom. Shit, did I buy anything else? I don't really think I did buy anything else.
It's been pretty light.
Yeah, it's been pretty light. A lot of buzz going on in like the Marvel Legends community itself, but not like figures or anything like those X-Men ones and whatnot.
Right.
Hey, man, that bearded Colossus face.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was a surprise.
That
was
right.
awesome,
that
actually.
kitty pride left me Colossus.
that I'm flexing on your ex bitch mod.
Oh man.
That figure, that neck,
Colossus.
Oh,
that neck is just too skinny for that figure though.
very
The head sits up too high.
very.
Yeah, I didn't have a. I mean, I wasn't gonna buy it anyways. I'm gonna have to, I guess, to finish the bath. But I didn't want to buy it. And then as soon as somebody was like, "Look at that neck," and then I looked at it, and I was like, "Fuck, it's even worse." Now I really don't want to buy this.
I really just don't want that design, man. I don't.
The costume needs to be the right costume.
They should have did the classic look. They already given us the classic Sunfire and that wave. Like, go ahead and give us the '80s X-Men squad. Like, what are you doing?
For real.
Yeah, the only person that wants this fucking Colossus is that guy that's always around in the trading pages that buys nothing but Colossus stuff.
Franco Burke.
Franco Burke,
That's his name.
the Colossus guy.
That's funny that I know exactly what the fuck you're talking about. He's a good.
Hey, you know what? How they dropped the ball with old man Logan though with the hands.
I know, dude. God.
Oh,
Such a
Jesus Christ. When I saw that, I was like, man.
When I saw that, I said that too. But yeah, I'm pretty sure we're gonna be able to get those Iron Fist hands on there or something on there. It'll be
Probably.
I mean,
They're not big enough though.
yeah, that's the problem.
You see the size of that fucking of Wolverine, man? Dude's jacked the fuck.
I mean, I don't know, man.
You can take the claws out. It's just
Maybe
that
we
there's
can
going to be
take
like
the claws out,
gaps.
yeah, but with the flesh tone though on the claws though,
Yeah,
it look a little.
it's going to look weird.
Here's the scary part. What if my fucking custom Wolverine head does not fit on that body? I'm going to be pissed.
Ooh.
Yeah, the main shelf head, I'll be pissed for sure.
Ooh.
Because everybody who bought that head, that's all they waiting for is to get them a nice, street clothes Wolverine. So yeah, I'll be pissed.
I got about two of them.
That mask anymore.
You know what? There's hope because the head that we got was still just a little bit big for the peg on the Juggernaut Wave Wolverine. So even if they try to pull some little funny shit and the peg is a little bigger, it might just be a real nice snug fit. Hopefully, we'll see what happens.
Hopefully.
Unless they really pull some funny shit and you can't pop the head off.
Oh my god.
Well, we had to heat it up then, but I don't want to pack my custom Wolverine head with wax. Trying to stick that motherfucker on.
I understand they might use that other peg that they used for the what wave was that Wolverine that they
X-Men wave Wolverine. That second X-Men wave with the X-Men.
If they use that peg, then it's a fucking pain in the ass. So
they did that on purpose.
You would think they do.
They got it on purpose.
It don't make no sense for them to really do no shit like that. They know people are trying to kit bash and do that.
Right, but that just makes you buy. Figures. Like it I don't know. In my opinion, it does two things. One, it makes it harder for you to swap a figure. A lot of people, they'll just pop the head off and then bring that figure back with some other dumbass head on it or whatever. It just makes it like really difficult for you not to have to buy both figures. when you can't pop heads off and swap them out and shit. Like, fuck.
I feel that. I mean, if you had a universal peg that fit, like, say every head that came with Nick Fury, then you'd see a bunch of Wolverines coming back, or maybe people just taking the Nick Fury head and putting it back with some other bullshit head.
I think that's what sucks the most is the fact that, like, even when it's the same fucking mold, why are you switching the neck peg, you son of a bitch?
I mean, Agent Coulson
right
body, enough said.
Yeah, like, why? I can understand, like, a Wolverine head isn't going to fit on fucking Coulson because I don't, no problem. Why is the same mold head not the fucking same ball peg? Why? For the love of God.
Missed opportunity on Hasbro's part, but I mean, they're known for that. I mean, look at Sandman Build-A-Figure. Like, they are known for missed opportunities at this point.
Most definitely.
I still can't believe that, like, that's what we got. Like, we really didn't get normal arms. I'm still baffled by that.
You know what, though? The one thing that I thought it was going to bother me a lot more than it did. And then I mean, I already had the San Diego Sandman. And then when I built the figure from the new wave, whatever, and I'm looking at it, I said, you know what? This dude is just way too big to be a man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like for real. Like
I feel you. He's too tall.
Right. I'm like, this motherfucker's huge. I'm like, even like Nick Fury comes to like his ab. Like, how big is Sam? Like, so I just said, fuck it. I got the Toy Biz old Sandman, great figure still. So
it just looks weird from like an anatomical perspective, I suppose. But it still looks good in certain poses. But I swear, man, I just wanted it to look good. That's all. If they were able to make him shorter, that would have been fine in my opinion. If they gave us the normal arms, that would have been good too. But like the fact that we don't even get that option is just such a bummer. It really took that figure from like, it probably would have been like, a really good Build-A-Figure if it had like the interchangeable arms and whatnot. But it just really killed everyone's enthusiasm.
Well, I think that the more they try, I think their heart's in the right place. You know what I mean? Like they're like, okay, let's do this. But they just it goes back to the Fantastic Four wave. Remember the one with the stretched out Mr. Fantastic?
Yes. When you didn't get the option to have a normal read.
Right. It's like, why would I want this figure?
Yeah.
Like, he's not doing anything that I could possibly even like work into a display.
Exactly. I think I've seen one good pose, one good photo, and it was in one of the oh my goodness, I think it was like the Muppet Kitchen set things that everyone has for some reason. But I think it was actually Boog that did it, and it looked really good. It was when he was like fighting a scroll in the kitchen.
Oh yeah,
that's the only pose.
That's an old picture.
Yeah, that's like the only photo that I actually saw with that actually looked really good. Otherwise, that figure is complete garbage.
And see, my biggest thing is like, I don't understand how come, like with this new Sue figure, how they got one arm disappearing and shit. It's like,
you know what? I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I said this before. I'm thinking with the Sue figure, once we get whatever regular Fantastic Four wave picking up, I think we'll get her with the regular arms. I'm holding out hope for them on that one, because originally I was thinking that Sue was going to be like a Walgreens exclusive or something. And even though I guess they are still saying it's an exclusive. I don't remember to which store though. But it is the Walgreens exclusive. All right. So I'm thinking once we get the regular box set or whatever it is that they put out for Fantastic Four, we'll get regular arms for her. I'm hoping.
I really doubt that.
You're going to get a clear Sue.
Watch, with a clear Sue with a regular arm. She's going to have one regular arm.
Right, the same dumbass shit they did to Johnny.
Oh my god!
Let's make flames all over his body, but he's gonna.
Oh my goodness, man! Hasbro just is—they're on fire, quite literally.
Yeah, they do some dumb shit, man. They do some. They like a kid, your kid growing up and shit. Like, they have their moments, they excel in certain subjects and shit, and then every so often they just do some dumb shit that you question. Like, yeah, are you my kid?
And it's just so weird because like what they do get well is done really well. I mean, look at Wolverine from last year. I mean, that's an excellent figure, probably the best Marvel Legends in my opinion, at least that they've released.
Yeah, definitely. I guess we're gonna slide into top 10s between us in a moment, but yeah, I'm sure it's in almost everybody's fucking top 10.
Yeah, it's just really, really sad to see them like half-ass stuff. I mean, they're pretty much batting, in my opinion, 60-40. 60% of the stuff they do really well, 40% they don't do as much as they could. But hopefully this year they up the game. They give us more interchangeable options, particularly hands. I've kind of lost hope in regards to certain paint applications, like hair on the arms for a Wolverine or something like that. But you know, that's not the worst. I'm more so concerned with hands.
And I'm still holding out hope that when they give us the Tiger Stripe Wolverine, they'll add the hair on his arms.
I'm hoping, man, because you know Jim Lee, he was a nut. He was a nut when it came to cross hatching. So I'm hoping.
Well, but real quick, I don't think I got anything this past week. I got a bunch of stuff that that's coming from Emiya, and pretty much everything that Pharaoh mentioned, I should be getting. So I'm excited for that Harley. Yeah, I'm excited for Harley. I think the Nightmare Batman got pushed back. I don't know what happened with that.
It got pushed back to March. Well, you know, this is what it is. Mayfix, you can always look for one of their figures to be pushed back.
Mm-hmm.
So if they tell you they're releasing 3, you'll end up with 2. You know, so as soon as everything started becoming available on Emiya, I hit them up right away. So just take the Nightmare off, and I'll pay for it later. So
I got caught up. I didn't do that. I had that with Harley and with Samus and something else, and so I got fucked through to the next month and had to wait. And now they just released Harley and Samus for me to pay for, basically. So
yeah, they both definitely, man.
But I got the Star Wars SH Figure Arts Stormtrooper and Tank Scout or Trooper or whatever coming as well. So I see Darius just put up a couple reviews for those. I didn't check it out yet, but I will.
Yeah, the hover tank pilot, I believe.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I bought 3 of those. I shouldn't have bought 3 of those. I should have bought 2 extra Stormtroopers with that money. That was stupid.
Yeah,
I mean, they were in there for like.
Yeah. You literally only seen one shot of the hover tank. Literally, he was only in the movie for that one scene, and it was literally only one of them.
Hey, if it makes you feel better, Constable Zubio was never even in the movie.
And I am the poor sap that actually spent the $20 on getting him.
Oh
my God!
Yeah.
But you can do what you want with those hover tank pilots, man. You know what I mean? Shit, you ain't got to really do what they did in the movie.
You're right. You know, you're right.
But if you want to be screen accurate, you really only need 2 because it's the one guy on the top of the tank and the one guy on the bottom driving.
I'm thinking too. I'm hoping on it. I'm wishing on a lot of fucking stars this episode, but I'm thinking we might actually get a hover tank from Hasbro too, from Star Wars Black Series.
That's a pipe dream. That's a pipe dream.
Oh, yeah, I'm saying I don't know, man. Well, you know what? Maybe because of the way I felt about the movie, kind of like screwing with me, thinking that like how limited they might go with the products for this movie. I just don't. I think it was big announced. I think it was big throughout the trailer, and I think people would go see it, and then it just wasn't that big.
It was pretty big, man. You missed it.
I went to go see it, man. I had a hard time even staying awake.
Whoa!
The first half was very slow. I will give you that.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't listen. Literally, it was okay. I'm into the movie. I'm dozing off. The robot saying something funny. Let me chuckle, half sleep. Then it was pretty much they got to the whole thing about the Death Star and everything, like really crucially, and Vader started showing up, so it was like, let me get up. But all in between all of that, man, I was like, they could added this shit to another movie.
Yeah, the movie did pretty well. People really liked it.
I believe it would have. I mean, it's a Star Wars movie. I mean, and like I'm saying, I'm not saying it was bad, but it just.
Oh yeah.
It didn't seem like it warranted its own movie.
Well, I mean, if you really want to break it down, it's just a retcon that was 39 years in the making, really. It was the explanation to why they would construct the Death Star with this, like, tiny little hole that could make the entire thing blow up. So it was just a retcon. But it was a fun and enjoyable retcon, in my opinion, at least.
Yeah, definitely. If this was comic books, this shit would have been like maybe one issue or some shit. I don't know.
Probably. But I really enjoyed the film. I don't think that it's certainly not Oscar worthy or anything like that, but it was it's definitely the best prequel. I will say that. It is definitely the best prequel.
I could agree with that.
I'll agree with that as well. But I'm going to rewatch it once it either hits up on Sergio's Plex or DVD or something. I'm going to end up rewatching it, but it definitely was not better than the other one.
The Force Awakens? I don't know, man.
I think it was better than The Force Awakens.
I thought
I really think
it was corny as fuck, man.
Same.
I was entertained with The Force Awakens. Like I said, this one had me like, I chuckled a little bit at, like I said, what's the big tall black ass robot?
K2SO.
He was okay. He had his parts, but outside of him, the cast was pretty like long.
Really? I love Diego Luna. Man,
Cassian for sure.
I love Diego Luna. The fact that it's like it introduces this morally gray aspect of the rebellion that wasn't like established previously. I think that was like the biggest contribution that they really made.
Yeah, before it was the classic just good versus evil, but
exactly. Like they were terrorists in a lot of aspects. Like you have Saw Gerrera, that's he's an extremist and they're trying to find him because the rebellion knows that they can't do it without him, so they're willing to compromise their morality in order for a victory. And that was cool. I enjoyed that.
Let me put it like this. If The Force Awakens, if they would have killed Finn or Rey, I'd have felt a certain way. Even when they killed Han, I was like, damn, they killed Han Solo. That's fucked up.
Well, you know what? I have a rebuttal. Continue.
Type of way about any of those characters dying.
You know what? I agree and I disagree. We're not supposed to feel super connected with any of those characters, considering that we were introduced to them for the first time right then and there. But I will say that I felt worse about seeing K2SO die than I ever did watching Han Solo die. And that was like the biggest problem with The Force Awakens. I didn't feel any emotional connection to characters that I've known my entire life. And that made me feel really shitty.
Like I said, just for me, like I said, it had its moments, but like I said, I found myself dozing off, and until Vader popped up, I didn't sit up. I didn't really get like on the edge of my seat like damn until I seen him, and then it was so short. It was like,
yeah. I will say that everyone always points to the last 5 minutes of Rogue One as like, oh, that's the best thing ever, and I agree. It was the best thing in the movie, even though it was very short, but I was still really disappointed with that part. I feel as though that they could have done a lot more with Vader. I mean, when I read through, Vader Down, which was a limited, series that basically popped up in the Star Wars comic books. But for the actual Vader Down issue, the first issue, he's standing up against like 300, 400 plus rebels, and he's completely surrounded, and then he says this famous quote like, the only thing I'm surrounded by is fear and dead men. And it missed that moment for me when he was taking out all of the rebels that were taking the Death Star plans away. I was wanting him to not just kill them in a small hallway. I was wanting him to basically just like take the walls and crush them like around all of these people. Like he could have gotten them, like he could have gotten all of them, but for plot reasons he wasn't able to get everyone.
I agree with you.
Well, it'd be like turning on God mode in a video game. It just takes all the fun away.
But you know what? It's Vader, though. That's the thing. He's supposed to be this fucking guy that took out 1,000 rebels by himself. Like that's the big legend in regards to him. That was what was
with his enemies when he duels, like when he duels with Obi-Wan and Luke.
Yeah, and that's another problem. I thought that what they were going to be able to do in regards to Rogue One is maybe give him an injury that would explain why he's moving so slowly against Obi-Wan in A New Hope. But that didn't happen. But all the Vader scenes were cool. It's just I really wanted them to be like OP. Like, I really wanted him to be super terrifying. Like, if you're in a small hallway or air shaft or whatever with him, like, you know you're going to die. Like, there really isn't any sort of shot. Like, you're dead.
Like that to me, like when they're scrambling towards the door, you know.
I thought it was beautifully directed. I just wanted more destruction, honestly.
Like like a submarine movie when the ship is sinking.
Very much so. Very much so. They all knew that they were pretty much gone. They were playing pass the baton, and each time that it got past, that dude that previously passed it was dead. But
which movie made the most money?
Between Force Awakens and Rogue One, Force Awakens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even think that Rogue One passed $1 billion yet.
Get us back on topic here, Boog. Are you done with all the stuff that you got the past couple weeks? Anyway, like all in all, I think Rogue One was a good movie. I don't really want to go too into it, but yeah, as far as comparing it to Force Awakens, I'd say I like them equally. Honestly, I'm not really like the biggest Star Wars fan, despite having like grown up with it, but I do like how it ties it all in with Rogue One. And I think the only plot point, or rather plot hole that I caught was I think the ship that Leia was supposed to be on leaves the Yavin base, and then 3PO and R2D2 are like there, like having their little cameo.
Yeah,
thinking,
that was
shouldn't
weird.
they be on that ship?
Yeah.
Right.
There was a lot of Rebel stuff, so that was good.
Saw the was it actually confirmed?
Rebels, right?
Yeah, Chopper was there, and then we saw the Ghost, and then we saw them calling for Captain Zendula of the Rebels team.
Yeah, you might want to explain that a little bit more, because I had no clue who these people were until you explained it to me, like Chopper and all of that.
Well, yeah, Zendula, that's the father of Hera, correct?
No, it could either be the father of Hera, or they were referring to Hera herself.
Okay, yeah, that would make more sense.
Because Hera, they both hold the title of captain. Hera's the captain of the Phoenix Squadron, and it could have very well been either one. But we did in fact see the Ghost on multiple occasions. It had to have been like 3 different times when the ships were flying through the air, the Rebel ships, and we seen Chopper, and that was pretty cool nods.
And I believe the ships that that rammed the Star Destroyers into the shield base thing, I believe
the Hammerheads
from Rebels, right?
Yeah, the Hammerheads are also from Rebels. Yep.
Look at me not knowing shit, but also knowing shit.
Boom.
Hey.
Real quick, just to get into the stuff that I picked up the past week, because it's not a lot. I've pretty much only gotten the WWE SHF figures, which Boog sent me.
How you like them, man? They good?
I have not opened them yet. They're just kind of I've been working on some, working on my entry, and then now I'm working on a few customs. So my desk over here is a little messy.
You had one of the fan favorites in the tournament, huh?
Did I? I know a few people liked it.
That was my understanding.
It was a fun time doing that display. Actually, I think the whole theme of round 1 was pretty cool. A lot of people did pretty different things. I didn't see as much Electro as I thought I was, so that's good, right?
Definitely.
What did you guys all think of the round 1 entry? Let's get into a little bit of tournament talk here.
I'm actually still in the process of finishing up my grading, so I actually haven't even looked at every single video yet, but definitely, I mean, I would say that the people that I expected to showed up.
Yep. I enjoyed Fabio's. I know I enjoyed Punker Mike's. Forgot who else I really enjoyed, but for the most part, it's like the dudes that have always been doing it pretty much brought their A game as usual. And then there were a few surprises. I forgot who. Matter of fact, let me look at a few. But someone else go ahead.
But like I said last week, though, shout out to anybody who came out and put up a display, regardless of what level it was on, or how good or great or not so good it was. It doesn't matter. The fact that you came out and you put up a entry is great. You got off the bench and you got in the game, and now you got your feet wet, and you should be straight moving forward for the rest of the tournaments this year and coming back next year for the World Tournament. You know what to do, what not to do. This is your christening. So shout out to everybody who came out and put up a display regardless.
Yeah, just looking at a list here, some that I like. I liked Henry's, with the storm, doing the tornado.
Oh yeah, that was one I was really digging.
Got all the guys, in the air, holding on for dear life. I thought that was really cool. Pucker Mike's is great, like we said. Nice little story. The prop work in that is just insane. Fucking Pucker Mike just I would say he nailed everything about that display. All the details, everything was just on point. And obviously he had to custom make pretty much everything, so that's even more impressive. Another good one was this Ultron's Monster one by Dragon Balla. That was a neat concept. Russell Filler did a great one. Muhammad, I think that's who Dark Rider is, right?
Yeah.
I like this Walking Dead one, High Voltage by Joyce Danister. That was really cool. Dave Johnson had a good one.
Definitely.
Just looking at that, like the YouTube playlist, basically. Oh, Shannon Bowie's. I don't think I actually saw his. I'll watch it real quick without sound.
Boom, let's get a live reaction. Live reaction.
Let's check it out. I can screen share this.
Live reaction / review.
Yeah. Well, not review. I'm not a judge. I don't know if since we have a judge here, I don't know if this would be the best thing either, to kind of have this biased view on this video.
Quick question. The Select Colossus, what are you guys' opinions on it? I know it's too tall for Legends, but basically after seeing the new Legends one, I'm thinking about just getting that one.
You got people that'll swear that figure is in scale with the Legends figure. I don't.
It's way too tall.
Yeah, unless you're like fudging the scale, it's not it's not in there. It's not gonna fit. But it's really good. If it had a swappable like open hands, oh man, I don't. It would be hard for me to want another Colossus figure.
Are there two versions of that Colossus? Because I've seen a shirtless one.
No, you could take off the shirt.
Oh,
yeah,
like a rubber thing.
Yeah, and it's very cool that you could take it off very easily.
I know it still leaves like the bottom belly part, so that looks kind of weird, but yeah.
Hey man, sometimes you just want to have your belly warm and nothing else.
True that.
Oh, I know that laugh. Is that Pancho?
It's me, baby.
Oh,
it's
man.
Test himself.
The infamous
Test
legend. Oh, legend.
Tournament display?
What's up?
Did you have a tournament display? I don't recall seeing one from you.
I did not, unfortunately.
Oh.
It got, unfortunately, classic excuse. Life got a little too heavy.
Ooh,
yeah. You can't handle the truth.
But yeah, I ate my words a little bit because I was definitely one of those like, yo, get a display up. Shouldn't take any effort at all if you just manage your time right. I unfortunately did not manage my time right. So it was like January 10th or like January 9th. And I was like, man, am I forgetting something? And then I got the invite to the World Tournament to view all this shit. And I was like, oh my God. Yo, so I had like classic. Yeah, I had that classic moment of like that infamous like meme of that like that really young black kid in the red shirt going like, whoa, like I couldn't fucking believe that I.
Oh man, I love that kid. He has the little braid.
I thought you were
the red turtleneck.
You forgot something in the microwave.
What's up?
You know the meme of the kid that forgot the cup ramen in the microwave and it's all burned through and he just looks like he's listening to Hello Darkness, My Old Friend.
That's it.
Dude, I can't tell you how many times as a kid I put in cup of noodles in the fucking microwave and forgot to put in water.
God damn.
I was an idiot as a child.
Yes, as a child.
As a child.
Wow.
But Pancho, what did you think of all the displays despite not putting one up yourself?
All the displays look really good. It's making the regret set in a little deeper. The cuts a little deeper.
Mm-hmm.
But I think all the displays look really great. I think it was a smart move. I don't know if it was intentional or not. It's a smart move for this to be the first round because for the rest of the rounds, I don't want to see those Tamashii lightning effects ever again.
Oh yeah,
I think that's everybody's No question. It's funny
Oh,
that-
yeah.
I'm sorry. If you're using the electricity effects again, then you should just quit.
Yeah,
You
well,
unoriginal,
they kind of have the monopoly on lightning effects at the moment.
It's,
yes,
it's
you
funny that you-
unoriginal piece of human garbage.
It's funny that you said that because I've got the picture of from Wisman right here that's looking fucking fire though.
Yeah.
But that's an
but
Hey,
those
are new.
Tamashi effects. Yeah, those
the
are
new one.
the
That's like an aura, right?
Those are still Bandai effects though, right?
yeah, they're Bandai effects, but they're from a different line. They're for the kits that you sent me, Boog.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they're in scale with those. I was looking at this photo actually earlier today at work, and I prefer that aura over the Tamashi aura. Like I know he has the Tamashi aura in the back, but I've always been a big advocate of expressing that I think that the aura that Tamashi put out is so small.
You mean the rubber ducky aura?
Yeah, and nothing takes me out of like the illusion of the photograph faster than when someone has a character in the aura and they're bigger than the aura. Like
Definitely.
they have like their shoulders sticking out or something, and I'm like, oh boy.
Yeah, and it's good scaling. It's good
Yes,
scaling.
it's brilliant scaling.
With that little Goku.
I almost bought those model effects. They're like a model. They're from models or something. I don't know. I know the place that I get a lot of my Gundams from.
Mhm.
They have them.
They're good, man.
Figurized kits. Is that what you're talking
Yeah,
about?
for the Figurized kits.
Gotcha.
And because Figurized is a little bigger than, SH Figure Arts, they unintentionally scale better than the ones that they put out for the 6-inch figure line. So I think that's such a phenomenally scaled and well executed just photograph. It's so great. But yeah, those lightning effects, those are okay.
But it's like, what do you want us to do, man? I mean, I saw a few people do the lightning cutouts, so that's a good way to go as well.
I think a lot of people anticipated that there would be those lightning effects everywhere else, so they kind of mix it up with the effects as well. And kudos to those guys for having the foresight, or even if they just didn't straight up have them, kudos to them for circumstances.
Wow.
Circumstances.
Being broke.
Yeah, exactly. Do what you can with the tools you have, It happen to work in their favor. But yeah, I'm extremely pleased with all the stuff that I'm seeing. I can't wait for round 2. Like, I can't wait for all these rounds. I'm excited. Very excited.
I think this next theme, the heist, is pretty unique.
Yes. I'm very excited for Heist because it will be very interesting to see how different people interpret that. Like, I think almost if you're smart about the way you're thinking your entry, I think a lot of people's same mindset is going to be, I think I know what everyone else is going to do, so let me go a different route. So
basically, the template for that round particularly, it's a shame that he's already done it, but I'm glad that he did it so I can use it as an example. But John Connor with the Stan Lee in the DC headquarters display is fucking poignant. It's very poignant.
Fantastic shot. So
yep. Think out of the box.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. For all these rounds, I'm excited for people who are thinking that they are going to take things out of the box, because I think when you can anticipate what you think the norm of everybody else's photo is going to be, and you want your stuff to stand out, I think that's when we're going to see some really spectacular displays. So very excited.
Definitely.
Yeah, too bad a couple of people couldn't come out, man. They had the same kind of issues as you, Pete. Like, I definitely want to see Mike Wayne come out and CJ come out, and I wanted John Connor to come out. I wanted Al Chang to come out. We missed quite a few heavy hitters to participate in this, but I'm hoping Photo Combat will be lit and everybody will come out for Photo Combat. That seems to be really. That seems to be really. Who fell down?
Oh, that was me. That was my shit. I don't know why.
At the Shartimus moment into the detail. Oh man! Whoa!
Whoa! Everything filming.
Oh, Charlita!
But
still his best video. Still his best video.
Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to Photo Combat though. I That seems to be the event that gets everybody up off the bench, and
man. Video is
it feels
hard.
safe because it's like, all right, I just got to put up a photo, just got to get together one good photo per round, and I'm good. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of time, effort, and work that goes into doing the world tournament. So I understand that. I get it.
On both ends.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Photo Combat was the most tedious and just, I don't know. I hated judging for Photo Combat.
First year, maybe it was a little bit worse, right?
You know what? I loved it when we had the fan participation thing. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for the best, but I thought that aspect of it really got everybody involved and got people excited about the shit. You know what I'm saying? We got to figure out a way to work that in again where it can't be finagled. You know what I'm saying?
Man, all I know is once you get through doing all these matchups, and we'll see when you get to come back from the dead and do. I'm like, oh, good God Almighty.
Yo, let me tell you, what I enjoyed personally about Photo Combat was the fact that you knew who you were going to face, and then, especially in Plastic and Paint, the amount of like back and forth shit talking between contestants was like my favorite part of Photo Combat. Like the round that I was facing against Brandon Source, like me and him were like at each other's throats for like those 2 weeks. It was like the funnest like back and forth like.
Oh man, yeah, you guys going back and forth with each other.
Mirror version of you with a goatee.
When you like the world star hip hop of A.C.B.A. That's what we need.
So that is personally fun to me. I love that stuff. Like, but then as soon as I got matched up with somebody I didn't know, I was like, oh well, this is no fun.
You could have still talk shit.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Hey, you the bitch.
You ain't shit random. You ain't shit random.
Oh man.
Hey, bitch, you going against me in Photo Combat? I was like, damn.
Coming at me hard for no reason.
I wish you death and famine.
Right.
Maybe make sure you actually know the person first. Just so it's not misconstrued, you know?
Fuck that.
Nah, let it be misconstrued. Let it.
Just trying to bust your balls.
Hopefully get it misconstrued, then your ass, and then you whoop their ass in Photo Combat. Then you like, bitch.
You should have been complaining less and working on your entry more.
What you thought, motherfucker?
Man, speaking of memes and shit, fucking Derek, I think, has been killing it with making these A.C.B.A. memes. Just hilarious. He's got the homeless dude, the tight as fuck guy. I'm gonna go.
Yeah, that tight as fuck meme is like possibly one of my favorite things from 2016.
Yeah, the resurgence. It was so early in 2016, and it disappeared. And like the past month, it's been like
coming back.
Yeah, coming back. But
has anyone done like a the salt guy meme, the salt season?
Yeah.
Has anyone done that in figure form yet?
I think
Sinestro
Rich actually did one with Deadpool where he's like sprinkling bullets on.
Oh my god! Yeah, if you're able to find that, link me, please.
Yeah, I'm looking for it right now.
We have even better than a figure photo. We have Dale doing pockets.
Yeah.
Give me the hell, baby.
Oh, I love that.
Yes. When I seen it, I was like, man, Pancho needs to be linked to this immediately.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I'm looking for these dank memes right now.
Jesus Christ. Did everybody finish up what they got this week yet or no?
Yeah, I'm finished. You could go do your thing.
Yeah, you're up.
Okay. I got nothing.
Hey.
You let me down, fruit punch.
I got that's not true. Shockingly, I found another Death Trooper at Target, just out of nowhere. Amongst a sea of Jyn Erso's.
Oh man.
I found one Death Trooper, and I was like, oh cool, now I have two. So
speaking of Black Series, I actually got my buddy Kenji as a birthday gift. I got him the 3-pack with Jyn and Cassian and the Death Trooper, right? So,
yeah, that's like a Death Trooper captain or something.
Yeah, it's got some some straps or whatever on him.
Yeah, that's how you prove your rank.
Get out a package, the Jyn broke on him, right?
Damn.
Or something.
Damn.
So
Really, those figures are so rubbery.
I know, right? Unfortunately, it was the only one on the shelf, so it's not like I could even like pick through them. I just kind of got the first one I saw. So I felt pretty bad, so I ended up getting him another gin or so just to kind of make up for it. The single pack.
Wow, what a guy, huh? What a guy.
I'm kind of a tremendous bro. I'm looking for these memes. Don't you worry. If we can get into some top figures of the year, that'd be really cool.
Ooh.
Anybody else actually go through the trouble of making a list?
I definitely.
I made like an import only list, so I guess I can do like half of those and half of what I consider are the best American ones.
Pop it off,
Do
Rick.
whatever you want.
Let's go.
Fabio's gonna do all NECA figures.
Damn.
I mean, if you let me,
Top 10.
wouldn't interrupt, I would actually tell you exactly that. I got 2 fucking lists. I got a NECA
Ooh.
figures and I got a top 10 everything else.
Oh my god! Stop lying, please. Yo, is this for real?
It is.
Damn.
I'm afraid it is. This
Oh
is not a
my
bit.
god!
I couldn't. I was racking my brain. There was too much. There would have been a
That awkward
discrepancy.
moment.
There would have been stuff that I would have missed on both sides. So I want to make sure I cover all these bases.
Oh my
This
goodness!
is after I've cut down like 15 different honorable mentions.
Is NECA still not paying you?
Well, why would they pay him now? He's been doing it for free the whole time. So
Oh
Yeah,
my
right.
god! You fucked it up for yourself, honestly.
I'm just a passionate fan, and I'm happy to share my enthusiasm. Right? Yeah.
You could have been somebody. You could have been somebody.
Could have been a contender.
Every once in a while, he gets a figure and a pat on the ass for free.
Oh
I
my
say as I
goodness!
wipe away tears. Anyway,
Anal pat downs.
let's get into this. Should I do the NECA stuff first or everything else?
NECA
We
first.
don't care what you do, man. Just do
Just
that
do
shit.
the NECA first.
Trying to
Damn.
gauge the room, man. I'm trying to take the temperature, you know? All right.
NECA first.
So this is in no particular order, by the way. So I had to put that the Hero Ash from Ad vs. Evil Dead on there. Either version, either the 3-pack one or the regular one, but I had to include that because of the new engineering they put for the elbows. I think if they put that in a lot more figures moving forward, we're going to see some huge improvements and maybe a little bit less shit
groundbreaking
talk.
technology, double joints. Sorry.
Shots.
Man,
Oh my
take shots when
goodness!
fucking Pharaoh's talking about how he broke 2 Mayfax figures already. Come on.
Damn.
Hey, man, let me tell you,
It's
the
still
amount of
nothing.
import figures being broken versus NECA figures,
Exactly.
no candle that can be held to that.
Exactly.
Why not? They're both toy companies. Why is it an apples and oranges situation?
What I'm saying is that for every one import, you gotta have like at least 6 NECA figures breaking.
True that.
Yeah.
I literally-
Like a Star Wars figure.
I bought 2 NECA figures both times. Both times they broke.
God damn it!
Like,
This is why I
dude,
can
it
never
happens.
talk about it because it always divulges into this.
Just completely.
Because, and then Randy's gonna go on Twitter and tell you that's what happened in the movie, so that's supposed to happen.
All these anecdotal.
Damn.
I don't need all these anecdotal examples. Let me continue with my goddamn list, you savages.
Oh,
Damn. He's had enough. He's had enough.
And I don't like people talking about my girl either.
Ultimate Part 3 Jason. It's on there. That's a good figure. It's the better looking one than the Part 6 one because I don't really like the
You're
zombie
lying.
face Jason. I prefer the
You're
mongoloid
lying.
face Jason.
You're a liar. Your list is bullshit.
I've only got 2. How can you determine that?
2
Your
in.
list is bullshit. I see which way this list is going already.
I've only done 2 so far. Okay, here we go. How about Ultimate Sarah Connor? That's a great one. I had to get 2 of that one. I'm actually probably
Ultimate Sarah Connor came out in 2016?
yeah, kind of early 2016.
Yeah, I guess it was real early. All right, that figure was very good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then I put the
We'll validate one of them.
God damn.
Just that we don't look biased.
I put the AVP Xenomorph Warriors. It's a new the new body mold with double articulation on every joint. It's pretty great. Don't really like the movie all that much, but the figure itself came out really good. Well, it's AVP. Nobody fucking likes AVP, even though, I mean, actually, I do like it, but I like it because it's terrible.
Oh man, come on, man, with this weak ass list.
All right, I put the foot set from San Diego on here. No, not from San Diego, from New York. And they're all basically the same figure. It's the same mold on each, so I counted that all as one. The Ultimate Police Station Terminator. Well, really, I put both. They're both really good, the Tech Noir or Police Station. Batman Begins, the 7-inch one. The eyes are fucked up on pretty much all of them, but it's still great to have that figure in that scale to go with that Joker, even though I know they're not technically from the same movie. Then the Scarface Predator.
Beginning of the movie, so you can still do it.
Even Pharaoh will agree with this one. The Scarface Predator was pretty fucking great.
Yeah.
All right, I like it. I got a yeah. And then I think that was about it. Private Vasquez, definitely. That's at the bottom here. But definitely excited to get that Vasquez figure because kind of an obscure character from the movie, but also a fan favorite. And they did a good job with it. The skin tone plastic and the way she has single jointed elbows, but they still made it bend enough so that she can hold the smart gun properly. So that was well done. And I think now that's it. I put a couple honorable mentions, and that's the Kenner Ripley and the Clan Leader Predator.
Honorable.
And then everything else. Here we go. Some shit that you guys might not give me some flack for.
Hey.
I put the Mezco Classic cap in there because that's the version I got. I'm sure the modern version is equally as good. Actually, you know what? It is equally as good. My friend Kenji got that one, so messing around with those, comparing them. I had to put that Marvel Legends Wolverine in there. I mean, we said it earlier. It's definitely one of the best figures to come out this year. It's the update that we were looking for a Wolverine figure. And in that same vein, I also put Rogue because, from that same wave, because that last one was just so garbage and we've had it for so long and it's taken this long to properly replace it. So on that merit alone, it really deserves a lot of praise. Same thing with that Punisher, the Walgreens Punisher. I like that one a lot. A lot of options on that. I can't remember who it was. I think it might have been Adam Smith or somebody in Plastic and Paint. Just had like the entire, basically like the Mezco arsenal, but with Marvel Legends. He had like 2 Punishers, all these different parts and swappability he put on it. I also put the SHF Bruce Lee on here. That's a great one. Some other people might have put that in their lists. I think Boog had that on his. Mezco Star Trek, all 3 of them, because they're basically the same figure. Just really great to have. I can't wait to get that captain's chair. Here's some shit that Rick will know. I had to put that WCW Shockmaster from San Diego.
The Shockmaster!
For everything it represents and the way they packaged it, it was pretty well done. It was made with love, you might say. Speaking of made with love, the other thing you might know, Rick, is the Bootios box set.
Oh man, that's an incredible box set. We
So
all know how much Boog loves the New Day.
Oh, God.
I hate them.
Wait, do you really, Boog?
Fucking some coon shit, man. I'm not.
He fucking hates the New Day. He thinks that they're like some sellouts.
They really are.
Some modern day minstrel show bullshit,
That's
man.
exactly what I was gonna say. Especially because every time they add like somebody else like Titus O'Neil or whatever, or what's the Rich Swan? Whenever he comes in, the only thing they all have in common is that they're black and they dance.
I'm not
It's so funny.
I'm not with this. Yo, I love gay people, no homo, but I'm not with this like gaying up the black man in society today. I'm not with it, man. If you gay, it's fine. I have no problem with it. I have no problem with gay people whatsoever. Don't get my words misconstrued, but I'm not with this like emasculation of the black man and like trying to make black people less terrifying to white people and shit. No, I'm not with that, man. It's real coony.
It's true. I mean,
To just say one thing though, to give those guys credit, nobody created that act and what they do except for them. They were given one last chance in that company to prove themselves as a unit, and they created those personas and this whole like crazy flamboyant thing. They made that themselves.
That's even worse. That's too bad for them.
Yeah, I just wanted to add that for once, Vince McMahon was not responsible.
Okay, and that's too bad for them. That just goes to show how deep rooted the mind fuck of black people are from white people in society in America. That's just what it is, man. Like,
Well,
I'm not
I
with it.
mean,
I'm not brainwashed in any way, shape, or form. I'm not under anybody's thumb. I'm totally awake. I know what's popping, and that shit right there is not what's up for black people in any way, shape, or form. I'm sorry, man. I can't.
I don't like the way black people are portrayed in wrestling. Period.
Yeah, it's always some bullshit. Like even back in the day when I watched wrestling, with like Papa Shango and you fucking Junkyard Dog, yo, he had a fucking chain around his neck. Like, what the fuck?
It is really hard.
Doing the fucking butterfly.
It's really hard for me to argue against Junkyard Dog. That was
You fucking kidding me? He didn't
that
even.
was literally a black man with a fucking chain and collar on him. I don't. And he would walk around saying "bow wow wow." I don't even.
He didn't even speak English. He wasn't even saying words. Come on, bro.
Kamala, the Ugandan giant. You know, the guy from Cleveland.
Say it again. Who?
Kamala, the Ugandan giant, who was actually from Cleveland.
Oh my god!
But it's not just black. I mean, in wrestling in general, that kind of thing is rampant. You know, you had Chief J, whatever. You know who I'm talking about.
Longbow.
Oh yeah, of course.
Strongbow was some Italian dude from New York. You know, like.
Or who could forget the best one of them all, Yokozuna. The Hawaiian guy that's Japanese, apparently.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Oh, man. I mean, I'm just saying. Like I was sitting there shouting about Crime Time. That shit right there. I forgot about who's the pimp.
He was Papa Shango. He was Papa Shango.
Yeah, he was the same dude.
Yeah. The Godfather.
Godfather.
With his whole train.
And then you got these three, and I'm just gonna say it. You got these three niggas. Because that's exactly what the fuck they is. Or not even three, two. You got these two niggas out. Oh, everybody trying to check your rollies and pop your 40s. It's crime time. Like, the fuck
Crime time.
Crazy. I'm like, oh my god, are you fucking serious? Are these two jigaboos outside of dancing and shit about money? Yeah. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Yo, let me tell you something. That's what's wrong with middle America, because when you live somewhere where you don't see black people on a day-to-day basis, and your only representation of black folks is what you see in the media or on television or wrestling or whatever the case may be, that continues to perpetuate those ridiculous stereotypes, then that's what's fucked up about America. That's what's wrong with America. That's why you got all of these like open racists saying all of this crazy shit. They don't really know black people. They don't know any educated black people. They don't know any people that are doing anything aside from what they see on television and shit. Like shit's fucked up, man. I'm not with that in any way, shape, or form, man. Fuck wrestling. that's fucking it up for black people, man. I'm not with it, man. I'm a real nigga. You heard?
And to be fair, the isn't like Vince McMahon's wife like a part of the Trump administration? So that pretty much like delegitimizes everything about wrestling, in my opinion.
We in for a sad 4 years right now. I'll tell you that, man. But what can I say? As far as that goes,
at least we still got wrestling.
Right. Shit's bad, man. But we kind of got off track and shit.
Yeah, all of this was to say, rest in peace, Superfly Jimmy Snuka.
Yeah,
right.
There we go.
That was actually one of my favorite wrestlers back in the day. My brother.
Yeah, he was a badass.
Yeah. Didn't he just I don't know if he was acquitted, but they dropped his court case, right?
Yeah, he was acquitted due to the fact that he wouldn't be able to even serve time. He'd die immediately, right. Which he ended up doing in his own comfort of his home anyways a few days later.
Wait, what did he do again? I forgot.
They accused him of murdering his girlfriend like way back in the 80s.
Right, okay. Well, we know that wrestlers be crazy as fuck. So
yep.
What got really bad was the mounting evidence that Vince McMahon himself helped him hide the fact that he killed his girlfriend. And when they were like, well, there's no arguing, you totally killed your girlfriend, they were like, well, you're like fucking 80-something years old. You have dementia. You don't even know that you're in a courtroom right now. You think that you're like in some sort of wrestling promo, so we can't let you go to jail. You're just going to, live out your life in your insane mind at home. And sure enough, he ended up dying a week later. So everybody thought that he was faking it, that the judge was just kissing his ass because he was a wrestler. But look, he died a week later. So the judge wasn't, he wasn't offering him leeway. Jimmy was really going to die at any moment.
I mean, if it was that obvious, then they almost, it was almost like a mercy. Just let him go home. It's going to take care of itself, basically.
Yeah, that's exactly what they said. Like, dude, this guy, one day in jail, he's going to be dead. And sure enough, a week in the comfort of his own home, he was dead.
He probably made peace with himself after that. I was like, yeah, fuck it, I did it. I'm about to go out.
Peace.
It's just like the Ultimate Warrior, man. He came in, he gave his grand speech at the Hall of Fame, and then he died the next day.
Yeah, that's crazy. Forgot about that.
It is, man. Like, don't do drugs, kids. Don't do drugs. Don't be
real.
Gonna like do steroids, work out, wrestle 170 times a year, and do cocaine. You're not gonna do that. Your heart is gonna be like, nah, son, I had enough.
For real.
Every single time.
Look at poor Carrie Fisher.
Yeah.
And if you are doing drugs, straight up, if you are doing drugs, like if you're buying it like really cheap, it's because it's being cut with something that's not good for you. So just don't do it. Don't do anything. Just drink water.
It smells good. That's just bleach they cut in there. It's not good.
Just drink water. And if you really need like a drug, I guess caffeine, like it's more socially acceptable, I suppose. But just don't do any hard drugs. It's just bad.
Bad, man.
It's a waste, man. Why would you want to buy drugs when you can buy more figures?
For real.
This is true.
Plastic crack greater than insert drug here.
I mean, is it really?
Yes, it is. Absolutely. Don't give them any bad ideas, Fabio.
I got to tell my mom all the time when she sees how much money I spend. And I'm like, do you know how lucky you are? I could have been a drug addict or something.
Right. I could be on crack, Mom.
I could be a part of the New Day. Don't you get it?
Mom. It's between this. Hit her with the ultimatum. You don't let me buy my action figures. It's gonna be crap.
Buy figures, or you want me to be a part of Crime Time? What's the deal? Pick your poison, woman.
There's no middle ground.
That's so funny.
We had some other shit to talk about. We getting sidetracked like a motherfucker. What is on the?
Well, we should talk about or do you want to talk about Legends first?
Are we talking about the top 10 or what?
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty much done. I listed everything. The last thing on here was
you know what? Real quick, I put up a couple like top videos on my channel or whatever. So if you here listening to this now, you haven't watched those, and check them out. But these people in the comments, man, they be relentless, man. They be like really stupid some fucking time. But don't let Shartimus show up in the comments, man. Oh my fucking god, man. What?
Wait, which video
I'm looking this up right now.
The dick riding is like ridiculous, man. But yeah, shout out to Shartimus though. But
hey, fuck his fan base. But shouts out to the homie himself.
Listen, if I put up something that says it's my opinion, it's my opinion. It's what I feel close to my heart. It's not your list. You can't tell me.
Yeah,
listen, Boog.
Shartimus literally compliments you on your list, and somebody's like, "Yeah, this guy Boog, he gives this figure has 100 points of articulation, but it has no sculpt and paint, and he still puts it in the fucking list. What a joke!"
Okay. Wait, hang on, Rick. Slow your roll. I'm actually looking at that comment right now, and it's actually towards Boog, where you know how Boog's logo says 100 points of articulation. Right. And then the guy goes on to say, but his sculpt and paint details is pretty bad. And then he puts in parentheses.
That was one. There was somebody else.
He's calling you soft and badly sculpted.
Well, you know what? In the video that I put up of my most disappointing figures of the year, Shartimus came on and he was freaked out because I put Black Panther, the Marvel Legends Black Panther, in one of my top 5 disappointing figures of the year. Again, this is what was disappointing to me. You can't be upset about my disappointment.
You mean the sex curling toes hands Panther?
Yeah, exactly. To be fair, that figure is just a piece of shit. You can't even put its arms down. Like, what? Why would you want it?
Yeah, it's not great. It's not memorable. It's a very here and gone. Like everyone was
You
freaking
wanna-
out, selling that
you
shit on
wanna know
eBay
the
for so
best-
much money, and it turns
the
out
best
it's really
way.
not that
And
desirable.
you know, that's why it was disappointing to me. That was one of the main reasons why it was disappointing to me, because I was like late to get the figure, and everybody's like, "Oh, this shit is the greatest, is the greatest." And when I actually got it in hand, I'm like, "This is actually kind of whack. I don't
Yeah.
like this shit."
And straight up,
Oh
like,
my God! Look at this reply to Boog.
a movie.
Shut up! It was a great figure. You're just mad because he's better than you.
Exactly.
Wow.
Dumbass shit.
How do you?
I ain't gonna lie. On Instagram though, that comment you said about the Power Rangers, man, you used to get fucked up.
Yeah, it was tight. They was angry at me.
I mean, I wasn't mad. I mean, I sense my opinion has changed a lot. At first, I used to feel like, you know, if you don't fuck with the import version, you pretty much are losing. But I do understand. Like, I only bought one of those Power Rangers, and they're not as accurate as the SHF. But I mean, they're not total losses either.
Oh no, those things are a piece of shit. I will literally, I'll be that guy right now. If you own those things, straight up, put them in. I don't even know, just a blender.
Wow.
See if it does it blend. See if it blends. Just do one of those videos. It's just literally save up $400-$500. Just get the SHF. It looks like a piece of shit. Why do they all look fat? You want to know what they remind me of? Do you remember those 90s toys where it's like the head flips and it has like the unmasked head?
Yeah.
I'm waiting for that to occur in that figure. Every time I look at it, I think that it has that feature.
They don't look much better to me than those like dollar store Power Rangers that you
They
get.
really
that
don't.
come, like
They
4 or
really
5 in
don't.
the back and shit.
They really don't.
I mean, my point that I'm making to him is, you'd be surprised how posable that figure actually is, though.
No, I saw one in person because I was with Dave when he was hunting them shits. So you know,
Yeah,
Shout out to Dave for hunting top of the line trash.
yeah.
they're more posable. Like to be fair, they're more posable than like 70% of the legends.
Yeah, that's what's
They,
crazy.
Yeah, but
they look
posability-
weird. I'm not saying that they look like incredible. They look weird and like
Funny.
they look bloated and whatnot. But their articulation is nothing short of fantastic.
Yeah, the proportions are really, really weird though. Just the I don't know, just the body types are weird. Even like they all are too fucking buff, man. It's too
Yeah,
much.
they look like they all stick to a pasta only diet.
Exactly. Yes.
I'll tell you exactly what it is. You know, like a lot of people that are upset about whenever people talk about how the American figures are trash. These are people who have only fucked with Power Rangers, like the American version of Power Rangers, and they remember Power Rangers from when they were a kid. And they don't. It's not necessarily that they remember the show Power Rangers, but they remember their fucking Power Rangers blankets and their Power Rangers lunchboxes and anything with the American version of Power Rangers art on them.
Yep.
And if you look up any old 90s version of Power Rangers art, they're all drawn like that. They're all drawn like fucking Roid Rangers. They're super huge, like a strictly meat-only diet, and like they're all drawn like that. So when these people, these people that see these figures, they're all like, "Oh shit, these are tight as fuck!" And then people are all like, "No, you should check out these SH Figure Arts figures though." They're like, "Oh, these guys look skinny though." Like I don't really know, but they're like, "No, but these are better because they're whatever," and they're like, "Oh, okay." Well, how much are these? And they see that specifically the Pink Ranger is in three digits, triple digits.
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh no!" And then that just adds to their like already standoffish opinion
Straight
of these
up,
figures. And they're like, "Well, I can get these figures that resonate more with me and what I think of my childhood,
Exactly.
my Power Rangers for $20. So fuck your skinny, piece of
Exactly.
shit,
It's-
Japanese
let's-
Rangers. Power
let's
Rangers are my
be-
thing. The most American
let's
thing I know,
be-
Power Rangers. Fuck out of here.
Let's be like completely honest. Like the only reason why these ones are even popular right now is because the SHF ones are just virtually unpurchasable for a lot of people. They just can't purchase them. They don't have that money. And I understand that, but it's like to try to convince yourself and to validate your purchase of these, like, you want to know what the figures look like? They look like if the actors from the American version were trying to get back into those suits now, where it's like they're all overweight. They're all like, you can tell that they've just let themselves go entirely, but they still think that they can fit into the spandex. It's like, it's not a good look. It's just not a good look.
But you know, to their credit, for the guys that do, for the picture I painted of people that I feel like the people that are saying that these Ranger figures are really great are people that probably don't necessarily fuck with imports. And these are to date the best and highly articulated Power Ranger figures that have ever come out. So if I put myself in their mindset, where if they were used to those old ass Power Ranger figures, 5 points of articulation, and they see this shit on the shelf for $20, like my mind is blown. So I can definitely see where they're coming from playing devil's advocate, but being from a place where I own the SH Figuarts Rangers, like I truly can't justify.
There's literally no comparison. There is no comparison.
But at the same time, I can see why some people think like, oh, okay, because for comparison's sake, like I just don't know. Like if I spent my whole entire life thinking that those flip Power Ranger heads were the illest fucking Power Ranger figures I've ever seen in my life, and then anything above 6 points of articulations comes into my hand for less than a fucking Jefferson, like I can't. Like I'm immediately buying them right off the cuff. So I actually own the red, the green, the red and the green from that line, specifically so I could pose them next to my SH Figuarts and just like, I don't know, it looks mad funny to me. I think I saw somebody did a shot. I think it was Raspberry Chainsaw. I can't remember. Somebody did a shot. It was one of those white hot shots, but they did one of the buff figure, a buff Red Ranger figure, like pushing up like all these weights, and then like the SH Figuarts comes and tries to pull the weights. It's just a very funny photo. I'm pretty sure somebody in chat knows what I'm talking about, because I remember it got a lot of love.
I think it was Raspberry Chainsaw.
Yeah,
I'm looking through its Instagram right now. I'll link you if I see it.
Yeah, it was a long time ago though. So like, so go through his shit and then check it out, see if you can find, because it's a very nice picture. But
that sounds like his style for sure.
Definitely.
It definitely sounds like his humor. You know.
Yeah. He's been doing some pretty funny stuff with the Harley Quinn and the wrestling figures as well lately.
You're talking about the new Harley Quinn?
Yeah, the new Harley Quinn.
The SHF, right?
Yeah, the SHF from Suicide Squad. That's a very well put together figure.
Yeah,
regardless of
can't wait to get it.
Of my opinion of the film, like that figure is really great SHF. So I'm excited to potentially down the road get that figure.
Oh yeah, it's astounding. Hey!
Well, then I think I found the thing that you were talking about. I'm going to post it in the actual chat.
Okay.
The Facebook chat.
Yeah, but getting back more on topic, I don't think I did a top 10 just because my figure collecting throughout the year has been sporadic. Some honorable mentions though. Let's say the new SH Figuarts Trunks, really great. Just I've noticed that Trunks is always like breaking the mold with as many fucking shit he comes with. With all his SHs, like his first release, he came with like the most accessories to date, the most hands and faces. And then this new one has a lot of really good different hands and faces as well. I really like him based on just the amount of value you get for getting that SH Figuarts Trunks. I really liked him. Of course, the Bruce Lee, really great.
That was in my top 10.
Yeah. I think I remember that. And
Bruce.
I really can't think of anything off the top of my head, but like, possibly my favorite Comic-Con color exclusive variant, whatever you want to call it, the True Force Mega Man that came out last year.
Yeah, that figure was.
Yeah, that is literally like my favorite Mega Man figure that I own. Period.
Yeah,
I think. Oh, go ahead.
I'll say that's part of my top 10.
Yeah, I just like the whole like just every like I really love the True Force Mega Man. Period. But to take the color scheme from my favorite armor from my favorite game of all time and have it in figure form is like it's like bucket list material. I thought I'd never ever get this. So I'm extremely excited. And I really hope that that True Force continues to do Mega Man products, because like they're reimagining a Mega Man is like the illest shit I've seen in such a long time.
Yeah, like I want a Zero so bad.
If I would
I
have,
think
if I would have bought that True Force Mega Man, he probably would have made my top 10 because it really was that nice. It was, and I'm not really a big Mega Man fan or nothing, but I did get to handle that figure. It was your figure, matter of fact, right?
yeah, right. And you handled the New York Comic Con exclusive,
Right,
from the other year,
so,
just
yeah.
based on technology alone, and like all the different shit, like all the hidden things that this figure has is so great. Like you can like take the back of his legs open up to reveal like rocket boosters and shit. Like, oh my god,
It's just a really good looking figure though, too. Like literally a beautiful figure. It's like Samus. It's like, I mean, not Samus, the Metroid figure. The Samus just came out. Well, what did they call her? How you pronounce the
Samus Aran? Well, Samus Aran is
the
the main character from Metroid. So
right.
when she's in the armor, it's still Samus Aran.
Okay, but the armored version that came out some years back, that is, that's one of the best figures that Figma ever put out. Yo, it's a beautiful figure, man. Like it's
But
really
they're coming out with a new version soon, aren't they? It's the Metroid Prime 3 version.
Yeah, based on Metroid Prime 3, I believe.
It's through Figma, though?
I think it's Figma.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty sure, and it's a better design. I think the other M version is a little bit more like rounded and stuff.
Yo, how does she? I saw that picture that you did, Pharaoh, but you was kind of like had the figure kind of up on the platform a little bit or whatever. But how does she look actually next to the armor?
It looks like a suit.
It looks good. All right.
It's definitely bigger than she is.
Okay.
She looks like she can fit into it. It's really nice for them.
I know Figma does really well with their female figures though too. So. But yeah, man. Bruce was in my top 10. Mayfex Batman was in my top 10. Mayfex Batman.
Iron Man too, right?
Yeah, the Hulkbuster Iron Man, Figure Arts Hulkbuster Iron Man, Figure Arts Black Panther, Wolverine was my.
I meant Tony Stark actually.
No, I didn't have Tony Stark, even though it was a cool figure, but it didn't make my top 10. I had the Rebel Deadpool. I had the Mexico Judge Dredd and Lawmaster. I had
this year
Mayfex Boba Fett as an honorable mention.
You had Mace Windu.
Mace Windu, yeah, I really like that figure.
Man, remember before Mace Windu came out and everybody was worried that it was going to look like shit?
Yeah, but now that really looks like shit is the fucking second Obi-Wan. That shit is.
Oh, God.
You know what pissed me off about that figure is because the figure is actually not bad. It's just the head sculpt.
Yep.
That's not the mechanics of the figure is fine. We already know, how they do with those characters that come in that kind of garb or whatever. It's just the head sculpt. They fucked up the head.
Yeah, and then the first Obi-Wan was great.
Yeah, it was good. It was very good.
That's why I'm like a little worried about when they release that the Resistance outfit for Rey. I'm like worried that they're gonna give her blonde hair all of a sudden. I'm concerned about it all.
Man, we're lucky Mace Windu don't got them blonde streaks.
You right? Like you would think that his eyebrows would end up being blonde. Goodness.
Crazy. but yeah. So moving on from top 10, we want to talk about Storm Collectibles.
No, man, I want to do my top 10.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Damn, Boog, passing them up.
My bad.
But like was mentioned, the True Force Mega Man most definitely top 10. The Mayfix Batman from Batman versus Superman made my top 10. Every Spider-Man figure pretty much released this year made my top 10. I like the adult mode and I like the teenage mode. As far as Spider-Man goes, both of those were really nice, especially Miles. We needed that Miles, so he made it to my top 10. And then the what is it called? The the Legion, not Gothic Legion. What the fuck is it called?
Mythic Legion.
Mythic Legion. Those figures made it into my top 10. Those figures are really, really nice. You know, I don't know if a lot of people have them, but they were really, really nice, man.
Those figures are really, really nice, especially when you have them in hand. They really shine. The sculpt, the way everything is so interchangeable, it's really, really nice.
Most definitely. Also, which made it into my list, which none of you dudes are gonna give a fuck about, is the 1/100 scale Barbados Lupus.
I care about it.
Okay, great. See, that's what I'm talking about.
You
Backup,
matter.
backup. We need backup.
But that most definitely made it into my my top 10. I'm pretty much. I think I might be about done. I mean, everything else would be an honorable mention or whatever. I did like the Ash versus the Evil Dead figure. I liked a lot of the Predators they released on a new body or whatever. They were pretty dope as well. Oh, Shadowland Daredevil. Pretty dope figure.
Oh yeah, that's a sick figure.
Yeah, that was really dope. That might be about it for me, man. I just you know it wasn't a whole lot that shined for me, but it was mostly the things that I had the most fun with, just messing around, looking at it and everything.
Yeah, I think that's the thing that did it for my list too. Not necessarily that like they're the greatest figures in the world with my list, but they were more like figures that I couldn't stop messing with that I really enjoyed.
Right.
Yeah.
That was the exact criteria of my NECA list, and you guys want to give me.
Oh God!
but it's different because that's NECA though.
You're shit about Jason.
No, but like it's.
Oh, you know what? I'm
Different
glad
though.
you said something though, Fabio. I wanted to say I have to totally disagree with Fabio about Jason, because I think that Part 6 Jason was one of my best figures as well. I mean, I think Part 6 Jason is like the shit, in my opinion.
I just like the outfit from Part 3 better. That's really what it comes down to. They're basically the same figure.
Yeah, it's not though.
Damn.
Basically the same amount of accessories as well. I guess the Part 6 just has the cool, the tombstone and a couple other things.
No, Part 6 has gloves, has a tool belt. I mean,
exactly.
Listen,
I don't really care for that look.
When was the last time you watched the Friday the 13th movie?
Halloween time.
Okay, you telling me Part 4 was better than Part 6?
I'm going strictly on looks here. I just
I'm
like
strictly saying that was Part 4 better than Part 6.
Part 6 is arguably one of the best movies. Everybody knows that.
Exactly, man. So go with that bullshit, man.
Yeah.
It's my opinion. I just like the outfit from 3 better. And they're doing an Ultimate Part 4 upcoming, too.
Pharaoh basically said that your entire taste is fake news. He just hit you with the Trump.
That's man. He came with man ball news, man.
He's fake news. His list isn't huge.
That's the new buy Felicia. So yeah, that's basically
For real,
what he did.
You just got fake news. God damn.
Yeah. No CNN.
Just giving my opinion over here. Fuck me, right?
Stay woke though. Stay woke. Just so you guys out there know, this fake news shit that they're talking about, where that originates from is the fact that the actual mainstream media has been trying to attack a lot of alternative news sources as fake news, when in fact the alternative news sources have been doing the real journalism and the real investigative journalism and exposing a lot of shit throughout 2016, especially towards the latter part of the year. And so the mainstream media tried to blow this shit up. Oh, fake news, that term has become so ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? But it really is highlighting the fact that the mainstream media is the real fake news. All of them, not just CNN, like Trump pointed out and shit like that. Like, we talking everybody. You've been fed bullshit for years and years and years, and because of this new internet age, they've been exposing a lot of shit, and definitely exposing the mainstream media for lying to the people all these years and putting out a bunch of bullshit. You could have seen this shit for yourself during this whole presidential campaign with all of the bullshit that they put out. And they were reporting all of this time.
Anyway, we live in a world of post-fact.
Yes, exactly, post-fact. But I guess my only sort of advice in regards to this would be don't watch television for news, if you're really wanting to be fully, ingratiated by different information, read multiple newspapers, whether it be online or in print. Not National Enquirer,
Or
New York
InfoWars.
Times.
Stay away from
Exactly.
InfoWars.
Stay away from anything that Alex Jones is associated with. This man thinks that Hillary Clinton is a shape-shifting reptilian from the Alpha Draconi star system with no, like, what the fuck? Like, that's some wild stuff.
Hey man, that's not too far from what Boog believes.
I mean, honestly, though, it's one thing to believe it, but it's like we need to have like some sort of like inclinations into actually believing such information. Like we can create a theory about anything, but it's the facts that are going to support your claims.
You know, I
But
don't
Boog told me
disbelieve.
that Dr. Connors infected millions of people. They are hiding out in mainstream and social media, and that he's gonna take over the world. Like V.
anyway,
Anything
make sure to read.
Let's also mention
read your
BuzzFeed.
newspapers.
All they're good
Just
for is listicles.
funny videos. They are the. I mean, what's like an insert funny video sort of publication?
10-year-old
They
children
aren't
react to the
there
new
for-
Metallica album.
Exactly. They aren't here
Love that
for
shit.
news or anything like that.
But that's where the whole fake news thing came from too, is because CNN basically ran with a fake news story that was originally posted by BuzzFeed.
And one of my friends, of course, works for BuzzFeed, so haha.
Yeah,
Well,
BuzzFeed.
that's not really where it originated. That's where people think it originated, but that's not really where it originated. It originated from this whole Pizzagate shit that they've been talking about in the
Oh, yeah.
deep depths of the interwebs and shit like that. That's where
Underground
it
sex
originated
ring.
from.
But what I mean is that
Hashtag
CNN ran with a
pizza party.
completely unverified story. That's
Right,
what
pizza party, hot dogs, all of that type of shit. So
Pizza party, hot dog, ice cream.
look that up on your own and shit. Don't have them flagging up my fucking channel off that shit.
Boog likes to have pizza party.
Yeah.
is the true Pizzagate.
Don't
And then
have
we got Pharaoh talking about Domino's Pizza all the time. Maybe he's the perpetrator of it.
Damn.
Oh,
I'm killing every motherfucking punk ass dude with a man bun.
I'm safe.
Oh, switched up on you. It's not even there no more.
Even the remnants of a man bun.
Oh man, you're gonna have to get rid of a lot of UFC fighters.
No more.
Get rid of him.
Anyway.
Get him out of here.
You and Ronda Rousey?
but yeah, TLDR, read. It helps a lot.
Let's move on. We're gonna have more topics that we gotta hit up. Let's talk about just really quickly about these new legends that Todd kind of leaked. It's the Mary Jane and Spider-Man 2-pack and the Dark Phoenix Saga 2-pack. They're bringing back 2-packs, so that's kind of cool. We've had a couple of 2-packs.
We don't
Mary
know.
Jane.
We don't know what capacity these things are gonna drop in, but that's the rumor that it's gonna be at least two packs in 2017, and it's rumored Mary Jane and Peter Parker and what'd you say the other one was?
Well,
Phoenix
is it
Saga.
Peter
Dark
Parker
Phoenix
or
Saga.
is
It'll
it?
probably be Cyclops and Dark Phoenix?
Yeah, we don't know for sure, but that makes the most sense. It makes the most sense for them to give us the 80s Cyclops, since they're already giving us the Jim Lee version on the what mold is that? Bucky Cap mold. So
Right.
Wait, is it on the Bucky Cap or is it on the? Wait a second. Is the new Jim Lee Cyclops going to be on the Bucky Cap or is it going on the that Captain Britain mold?
Pretty sure
Or not
it's
Captain Britain, not Captain Britain, Spider UK. I don't know why I said Captain Britain.
it looks like the Bucky Cap to me.
Me
Yeah.
too.
Okay, because I thought that the shoulders were a little bit wider, so I don't know.
It would have made sense for them to at least do it on the mold that they did the last Captain America on. That would have been cool. But I don't know. I guess Cyclops is traditionally supposed to be a little more slender, I guess. But I
Yeah,
don't
that's
know.
the reason they called him Slim, you know?
I don't know. I kind of wish
I'm
that
happy
he
to
would
have
have.
it either way.
If he's going to be on a Bucky Cap, I'm going to be a little disappointed, honestly. He's a little bit thicker, especially with that costume. Like, Jim Lee was drawing him thick.
Yeah. With 2 C's.
What happened to a Slim Jim, baby?
That THICC.
Yes, sir. Well, I mean, that's basically all there is to talk about, is that there's a rumor that these things exist. What do we think about them? I mean, it's cool. We already know that Mary Jane was, they had the prototype pictures at San Diego and New York. So if that's the way they're going to put her out, I think it makes sense, because they probably don't think that she'll sell individually, and putting her with Spider-Man is a good way to sell her.
They'd be surprised.
Anything you bring out with, from Spider-Man is pretty much going to do decent.
But the same goes with this Dark Phoenix 2-pack. Nobody's going to buy just the Dark Phoenix, Jean by herself, was evidenced by the regular Phoenix version that's recently out. But putting her with a Cyclops, and they haven't really had a lot of classic Cyclops out there. So, like Glenn used to say, you wait forever for one and then two come along at the same time. Now we're getting two classic Cyclopses.
Yeah, he's going to be wearing those Captain Hook boots. It's going to be great.
Yeah, the Buccaneer boots.
Love them.
Yeah,
it's actually one of my all-time favorite Cyclops designs.
Yeah.
Yar, he blows.
Well, nobody
But it's
cared
just
about, nobody cared about this new Phoenix because it fucking sucked. So they haven't really they haven't nailed Phoenix yet. Whereas they nailed some of the, or at least they got the head sculpt and the body looking cool on some of these females that they released. They haven't given us a good Jean Grey yet. So,
and it's Hasbro though, so they're gonna give us the exact same figure that they gave us for that other Phoenix.
This last Phoenix was literally the weakest figure in that Juggernaut wave. Like,
exactly.
it was just wow.
So it'll be that exact figure, but her eyes will be whited out this time, something like that.
Well, isn't the hair going to be different?
What?
I thought that the hair was actually going to be sculpted differently.
Oh, maybe that's true too. Yeah, maybe it could be just a different head sculpt. Moving on, let's talk about this the Storm Collectibles Scorpion. Starting to get the first images of that out. People seem to be pretty happy with it, and then Rio, I guess, is going to be coming out pretty soon as well. Get those pre-orders in.
I'm gonna walk down, baby.
I can't wait for that.
Boom.
For that what, Pharaoh? You cut out.
The Ryu figure. I can't wait for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a little bit of a scare with those Emiya photos. They changed their tune quick. I guess. I went back on Emiya. They don't have those photos up anymore. I don't think so, at least.
Yeah, I'm not buying the Mortal Kombat ones. I don't think, unless they do like really obscure fighters that I love or something, which is highly unlikely.
Right.
So I got all the fucking Street Fighter ones, dope.
There we go.
Kombat, but I got them Street Fighters.
That Bison look, man.
Oh, that Bison, the Ken, the Ryu. Hit me up. Who's next? Who's next?
Who's next, babe?
I need them, man. They look fantastic. And we had the Chinese guy reviewing it live. And
that
arguing with that Fowler. I don't know what you're talking about, Seth. This is very articulate. That looks like it can't move for shit. I don't know what you're talking about.
This poor guy, man. This poor guy's just some dude, some schmo that got this shit early. And he's like, you know what? I think I'll share these with my friends on the internet. Fuck that.
It blew up like crazy. Fucking poor Chinese guy was being harassed by Seth, calling those figures shit.
Oh my god.
The whole time I was like, man, I hope he keeps telling him shit. I mean, I don't agree with what Seth was saying because we don't know until we have them in hand, but it was just so funny to hear him giving that poor Chinese guy shit. Like,
damn.
That looks like you, if you ask me.
that he was passionate. That Chinese guy was passionate about that figure though. So kudos to that guy, man.
He played with it in front of the camera for like an hour and a half.
Yeah, that was a long ass stream.
Yeah, it was a long ass stream, man.
Hell yeah. I saw that stream pop on my timeline and I was like, man, what is this?
Oh yeah, talking about
Christmas.
That first showed the Storm Collectibles. What's her name? I had stepped out for a second.
Ryu?
Yeah, it was that dude that was just showing the Ryu like on just on his phone on Facebook Live
For like 3 hours and shit.
Yeah. There
was one guy on Instagram that was live streaming with that new Sue Storm and maybe the Black Panther and all those others as well.
Shit.
Yeah,
No way.
there was that guy as well. Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
I think it was like the Madness something or other, but yeah, it was pretty cool. It's basically what you're expecting from Legends at this point.
Yeah, I met that dude. The Madness. He was a dude with the Glenn Webb shirt at New York Comic Con.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, these Street Fighter figures.
I'm personally not going to be getting these Storm collectibles. I think if Mezco puts out some Mortal Kombat figures in classic looks, I think that'd be super killer. That'd be very conducive to that style. I'm not really. I grew up with Mortal Kombat and I love it, but I'm not really.
And what's the issue, Fabio?
Yeah, wow, bro, you changed.
You changed. I mean, I like it as much as the next '90s kid, but you know what I mean. It's like I don't like it that much.
Damn. Let's hopefully you change your tune. It's okay.
I mean,
Everyone's wrong every once in a while.
That's true. I mean, I could see those figures, in pictures and completely kick myself like I am with several others. I don't know. We'll see.
The moment that one of your boys has that figure in their hands and you're messing with it, and you realize you've made a huge mistake.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be here with open arms,
like Joe Bluth. I've made a huge
yeah.
mistake.
I'm gonna be over here getting ready to blow. With
I'm
my
already on eBay.
$16,000 suit.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. You had $1,000 suit's gonna talk to the guy who can't make half that.
Come on,
Come on.
come on.
Oh man. Yeah, this figure looks really good. I've seen a couple of people start posting photos with them, and I'm excited. Very excited.
Yeah, and the only thing I don't understand about this Scorpion figure is the backlash these fucking fans are giving to that poor exclusive version with the bloodied up stuff.
Yeah.
Everybody complains about like not having stuff like that, like a bloodied up Spider-Man or like a bloodied up something, and then when you get it, you're like, "Wow, Mezco, real cool exclusive, you piece of shit." I was just reading the comments, like, Jesus Christ, like, you guys ask for this kind of stuff, you get it, and then you're insane.
I almost never go for those exclusives that have all the blood on them. Like, why would
any
I can
battle
do that.
damage, anything?
Yeah, like
just kind of suspect.
If it's like sculpted battle damage and sculpted blood, then I'm like a little bit more enticed. But even then, it's a hard sell. I could literally dip a paintbrush in the wet paint and like splatter that shit all over my figure and get the exact same result.
Well, not the exact same result.
Oh,
certainly within the realm of possibility, though.
No, I'm only saying this because I actually, when I was doing my tournament display, I had to do some blood splatter on the walls, and I did that. I was flicking some blood off my paintbrush. It just wasn't looking as good and rich as I wanted it. I actually got a little spray bottle and kind of watered down some paint inside of there, a little bit of kind of a light red. And then
so it is possible, is what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, the blood splatter, look, like from the first spray, I was like, "Holy shit, that looks so legit! I want to do this to all my figures now." Like, if there's a figure that needs blood splatter, I would highly recommend doing it.
All my figures are catching these.
I like Mortal Kombat, but I'm not like the Mortal Kombat kid. When I was growing up, I was just Tekken and Street Fighter mostly. So Mortal Kombat doesn't hold that like super nostalgia with me. I mean, yeah, I had it on the Sega Genesis and whatnot, but I was never like a super like insane with that game. Like, to me, the real system I had when I was growing up was the fucking PlayStation, and as soon as I popped in Tekken, Jesus Christ.
You see, I grew up
Adios. Bushido Blade, call me.
Bushido Blade. Come at me with those Bushido Blade figures, please.
Where those?
I had Mortal Kombat Trilogy for N64 growing up, so it was kind of like the first 3 games. If they had come out with Scorpion in the costume from Trilogy, where he has kind of like the segmented squares going down the sides, like the front piece, rather than like the quilted pattern from like the original, then I'd probably be more inclined to get this Scorpion.
Yeah, hopefully, they get to a point with this line where they can afford to do some variants like that. Or, not even, I probably will never ever happen in our lifetime. But like if they do some sort of packs where they could just sell us variant clothing, like, because the reused shirt comes right off. I don't know about Scorpion shit.
It is just a tab that comes off, literally.
Yeah, and you can just sell variant outfits, like getting scarily close to the realm of dolls. But but that honestly wouldn't be
come on a little tiny hanger.
just give me an armoire.
Barbie wife. The Barbie
armoire. Okay, get the armoire so I can put my clothes in it.
Yeah, I actually already have one. Perfect. All right. This is the part where I insert some NECA talk real quick.
Oh, no, we don't need to.
The licensing.
It's okay.
They just got the license for Blade Runner 2049, so that's
all right.
The biggest announcement of the year.
And we're done.
Big.
A lot of people are happy because it's the first time that Blade Runner in general has ever been licensed to a toy company or otherwise. So that's exciting, but I think we're not going to be getting like classic figures from them. They'll probably be like Ryan Gosling and old Harrison Ford from the current movie, which I'm cool with. I wouldn't mind that, but yeah.
Have they clarified that they in fact inherited the license for the older film as well, or no?
I think it's only for the new film.
Well, that's not big news at all.
Exactly.
Uh,
That's why I say that's like the first time Blade Runner has ever been licensed, but I do air quotes when I say that because technically that's still true about the original movie.
it's like a company coming out like, hey guys, we got the Ghostbusters license, but only the female.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
But I don't know. I mean, the trailer for the new Blade Runner seemed like it's on point with the tone and all that stuff. And Ryan Gosling's a good actor. He was in 2 or maybe even 3 of the best movies of last year. So the guy's
I'd
killing it.
rather have figures from Triple X than fucking Blade Runner.
Oh, I would love figures from Triple X, dude. Are you fucking kidding me? Xander
Man, we
Cage.
need a Xander
Blade-
Cage, and we need
Hey.
a ice.
We need that
I
ice
can
cube.
see
Sam
right now
Jackson.
standing in
One where
line
he has
for
the
his
fucked up
rest.
face.
You and all the other fucking 55-year-olds, you youngest dude, come on, man. Blade Runner figures, right? Yeah.
Man, where's the ice?
No,
cube?
Blade Runner's considered one of the best sci-fi movies of all time. It's not some old.
Yeah, I know. That's why people have been asking for those figures for years.
Okay.
Just tell Randy.
I'm sure
It's
they
a
have. But like I
great-
said, they've never licensed this to like fucking
Just tell them to keep
t-shirts,
doing-
whatever.
It's
Tell
a
him to
great
keep
film,
doing
but,
Arnold
yeah.
Schwarzenegger films.
Yo, if they
Down
come
for that.
out with
True
some
Lies,
sort
bring
of
it on.
highly articulated Arnold, I would lose it.
Yeah,
I
we
would-
need fucking Jingle All the Way.
Oh no! We need
Come
a
on,
Figma.
let's
We
go.
need a-
Turbo
here we go,
Man.
guys. We need a Figma or SH Figuarts Arrival Terminator where he's naked.
I was just looking for Turbo Man doll. Come on.
Turbo Man.
Oh my
I'm
god.
surprised Randy hasn't done one of them.
Like a Total Recall one would even be.
Oh my God, Total Recall. That's my
yeah.
favorite
That would
Arnold.
With an
Crazy.
alternate face where his face is popping out of his space helmet.
That would be
Hell
so
no.
crazy.
Best figure from Total. No, let's do. What was the one where they were on that game show where they were trying to kill each other?
Running Man.
Oh, Demolition Man.
Oh,
Yeah,
Demolition.
Demolition
Oh,
Man.
Demolition. My bad.
Yeah.
Damn.
No,
That'd be
it
great.
was Running Man. It was Running Man. It was Running Man. Not
Oh.
Dem.
Are you sure?
Demoli-
Now the
It was
$5 soda. If they made a figure of that, I'm in.
Yeah. Hit me up for fucking Total Recall. Hit me up for fucking True Lies.
Oh my god.
What about the Sixth Day?
True Lies though.
I need a Jamie Lee Curtis stripping figure.
Oh
Immediately.
my god.
I'll tell you what, though. I'll tell you one.
Take off your clothes.
I'll tell you one thing. The value of those Terminator Genesis Arnold figures went up ever since the Celebrity Apprentice came out.
Oh god.
Jesus
What are you
Christ.
doing? These aren't the milk and cookies from Brooklyn. You're fired.
No, he doesn't say you're fired.
Wait, what was
give
that
you
one
one guess.
film? What was that one film with Arnold where he was like sitting in an interrogation room and he was like, "Don't fucking scream at me! Look at you with your fucking 48% body fat." Like he was like
Oh,
he's
man.
like yelling at fat people, dude. What
Was it-
See, now I have to look
Was it
it up.
Last Action Hero? Maybe?
I have no
Oh,
idea. I need to look it up now.
We need to get an Arnold from where he's having that interview, and he calls that guy a wimp who has to hide from his wife.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have
Oh
to
my
hide from
god.
my wife like
It's-
you.
No,
Yeah, as
The
long
movie is Sabotage.
kindergarten cop around this bitch.
Kindergarten Cop, let's go.
Oh man, just
Oh
so we
my
can
God.
hear Christmas.
I want John Kimball post and pre-teacher.
Shut up! We need to shut up.
I want him
excess-
scruffy and shit and like with a shotgun and the everything.
Oh, it was from Sabotage. Okay.
Yeah.
Sabotage. Okay.
Man, I'm about to watch that whenever this chat is over now.
Yeah.
As long as that Total Recall Arnold comes with Richter's arms, I'm set.
Oh my God, yeah.
My
Please,
favorite.
for the love of God.
Wow.
2 weeks.
See you at the party, Richter. Let's go.
You're the party Richter.
Favorite.
Consider that a divorce.
All right. In the midst of all these quotes, let's start open up the Q&A since we're out of topics.
Boom.
Yeah, let's go.
Hit up
to-
that Q&A.
Yeah, while you're doing your while we're getting the questions, to touch back on the Ryu real quick, like I do want to stress how happy I am that it didn't pan out, that they looked as weird as they did in those Amiyami shots.
Yeah,
Like-
yeah. It's just one of those things, you know. Some people just you know, they're a toy company. They're like a sale company, you know. They're basically third party. They don't know how to take good pictures of this shit.
Yeah, and it's
I
odd.
just
Like
think
I'm
it's
I'm
like-
curious, what are the circumstances that they had to make to get to photograph them that strangely?
Hey man, I'll tell you this, you know, I said it. Did I? I don't know if I said it last week here or if it was in a personal chat where everyone was bagging on those SHF WWE, but then you have them in hand and boom, they're incredible figures.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was just looking at somebody on Instagram. His name's I figured it out or something. He's got a great picture of The Rock about to do the people's elbow. So he's got, he's reaching for the sleeve or whatever. And so many people in the comments of that are like, "Oh man, I thought they looked shitty at first, but I'm kind of thinking they look good." Like 5 people hyped up about that.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, and it's really unfortunate that those SHF were photographed very horribly because in hand they're nothing short of incredible. They're really, really great figures, and I kept telling people like, "Man, I swear when you see them in person, they don't suck," and they would all just look at me like, "Yeah, right, man." And Bob Joint himself bought the Steve Austin just to steal the beer effects from and then get rid of it, and he couldn't bring himself to do it because the figures are actually really, really nice.
Just to touch back on the Arnold topic, we need Jingle All the Way figures for sure.
Here's your
one right here.
We need
Turbo
Man though,
and Turbo Man Arnold,
and we need a booster.
Yeah.
Nobody
wants a booster.
Nobody wants a booster. Somebody asked, Sonic Rockman wants to know if I would like some Encino Man figures from NECA.
Oh my god!
If it brings Brendan Fraser back to the mainstream, I'll buy anything with his face on it.
I hate Pauly Shore more than anything else in life.
Why,
Biodome. What, buddy?
But right.
The first time I ever went to LA, the first time I ever went to Cali, I went to LA, and for some reason I bumped into Pauly Shore like 7 times. I don't know why.
A dream situation for some.
Exactly. If you're frequenting the same spots.
Seeing him at like food places, at like shopping places, like we just kept bumping into this dude. It was like the most weirdest shit ever. It was really stupid.
That's so funny.
Man, you and fucking Pauly Shore are kindred spirits, man.
You guys are literally in the same spots. You just eating at the same places, ordering the same meal.
You know what? That's one thing about a big difference between, I guess, LA, well, Hollywood, I guess, that area and New York and shit. Like, you don't really be seeing celebrities like that in New York, but like,
definitely.
if you in Hollywood, like, you'll see somebody like almost every day. You'll see someone, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
It's like that one year I went to Disneyland and everywhere I went, LL Cool J was. He was like the nicest, buffest black man in the world.
Was he licking his lips profusely?
Hey man, he was like, "Hey, it's nice to see you again, little man." Hey man, at the time I was 15, so I was like, "Oh my god, yes." Cool J.
I don't know if I told you guys or if it was a different podcast, but I met Aaron from The Walking Dead at my holiday party for my school, so that was neat.
Boom.
Yeah. Just hanging out. He doesn't have anything to do with our school. He was just happened to be there.
Yeah, I just
scouting some locations.
I'll tell y'all another funny celebrity story and shit. Most people, like, I guess like younger cats won't really even know who this dude is, but this is really funny. But I went to this is still like the first time I was in Cali or whatever. First of all, the first time I went to Cali, I had went out there with a friend of mine who I grew up with, and we was working on music and shit, but we were mostly just smoking a lot of marijuana and like going around and like going out every night and just like getting high and like partying and shit. I was like 20 years old and shit. But I don't know if you guys know. I'm sure Pharaoh probably knows. Pharaoh, you know Andre Harrell, right? Oh, he's not even here anymore. But you guys know Andre Harrell? Google him if you don't know who that is. But he is the dude who started. He gave Puff Daddy his first job at Uptown Records, if I'm not mistaken. He's like an old school guy in the music industry or whatever. Like he's been around for a long time. His name is Andre Harrell. You could Google him, whatever the case may be. So we in LA. My dude who I grew up with is his half brother is Mark Ronson, and Samantha Ronson is his sister, and his father is Mick Jones from the group Foreigner or whatever, right?
Oh, cool.
So, you know, we were in, even back here in New York, we were in like a lot of like celebrity circles and shit, and like going out to the clubs like every fucking night and like, you know, partying and shit. We young, whatever the case may be. So, however, I don't know how, but no. This girl that he was dating, a girl that he was dating out there had a summer home. Her family was going away. No, she had a home in LA, and her and her family left to go to their summer home or whatever the case may be. And she told my boy, like, hey, you know, you can actually, you know, hold down my crib if you just walk the dog, if you watch the dog, and you can hold my car or whatever. So, so her car was like a fucking Mercedes Benz and shit. And my boy at the time had a Land Rover too. So we like two young motherfuckers driving around in LA in these two fucking nice cars and getting high and like, you know, just having a good time and shit. It was like one of the greatest times of my life. But anyway, so the chick that we were house sitting for, her friend, my dude ended up like fucking around with her friend or whatever, right? So the friend was friends with Andre Harrell in some capacity, and he had in, you know, celebrities, what they do, like celebrities in the music industry, they'll invite girls to like a listening party or a listening session or whatever of an artist that they're grooming or whatever the case may be. So early that day, we were going to our own studio session, and he had invited the girl to a listening party or whatever the case may be. So it was clear that he had a crush on her and whatever the case may be. He was like doing mad shit for her the entire time that we were out there and shit. He had like went and bought her like a whole bunch of groceries and shit. And of course we're at the crib. He doesn't know that. We're like eating all his groceries and shit. So the first night we went out and her sister came down from another part of Cali or whatever the case may be. And shout out to her sister. I'm not gonna say her name and shit, but years later, her sister ended up moving to New York, and we like kicked it for like mad years or whatever the case may be. Whatever. So, so we go out that night. It's me, my boy, the girl, and her sister and shit. We get wasted. We having a good time. We go back to the crib. Whatever. Everything's excellent. Whatever you think can happen is happening. And it's like 3 a.m. It's like 3 a.m. And somebody's like banging on the fucking door, like banging on the door and shit. Yo, I'm from New York. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, you know, some shit about to happen and shit. And so somebody's banging on the door. My boy and the girl comes out of the back. And I'm like, yo, you hear that shit? So we both get ready to go to the door. We think it's going to be like some drama or some shit like that. So, and then we hear somebody screaming her name or whatever. I won't say her name either or whatever, because I'm sure she's out there in the world doing some other shit, whatever. So, somebody screaming her name like over and over, screaming her name. And if you live in Cali, if you live in LA, you know a lot of the places have like balconies and shit like that or whatever the case may be. A lot of the places throughout the city, you have a balcony with your little apartment and shit, whatever. So we hear somebody like screaming her name, whatever the case may be. And then we hear like sounds hitting the fucking balcony. It's like, I don't know what we don't know what it is. It's like ping, ping, like shit. And we hear this man screaming her name and shit like that. Come to find out, long story short, it's fucking Andre Harrell throwing like Skittles on her balcony. To come out, you know what I'm saying? He was like, I guess he thought he was going to come over and get some ass or whatever the case may be, but she had like never called him to say that she was home safe from, you know, the radio session and shit. And he's making this crazy like fucking commotion outside. And so my boy goes to the door with her, and yo, he is crushed. Like, he is devastated, man. Like, yo, like the look on his face when because my boy comes to the door like with no shirt and shit. It's obvious, like, what's going on. And yo, Andre Harrell was fucking crushed. Now, this is somebody who has made millions and millions of dollars and like been around in the record industry forever. And don't get me wrong, this girl was fucking gorgeous. She's bad. Don't get it confused. But like, I've never seen somebody of that stature simp so hard and play them so hard, man. It was the craziest thing I ever saw. And when we got back to New York and we saw him in the club a couple of times and shit, he would like always give us like the grill of life and shit. But like crazy. That was a long story. I'm sorry, but
it was beautifully told.
But
honestly,
yeah.
I got super wasted listening to that story myself because I invented a drinking game where I take a shot every time you say whatever the case may be. I'm hammered.
There you go. You heard it here first. Fabio's drunk.
We should make a drinking game every single time you say NECA.
Why none of you guys like
Somebody
Neka,
say
man?
NECA.
We'd all be hospital.
Exactly. I'll die of liver failure.
We'd have to get a new crew to come on the next few weeks. We'd all be.
We're taking applications. Oh my goodness.
All right, let's answer some of these questions because we got a lot of questions building up after that.
It'd be Sonic Rockman and Z-Rack hosting the next 3 shows after that.
Here's a quick one. I'm gonna go ahead and say the answer is yes. Is Series 6 Deadpool overrated?
Yeah.
Oh,
100%.
Super.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't even say it's overrated now. I mean, it's obsolete now. So it's like,
Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
I mean,
It's
if
irrelevant.
you're an old school Legends collector who's been there since the beginning, and you're not just hopping on the bandwagon because you're starting to see people, posting figures on Instagram or whatever. Like, if you've been a collector of this line forever, then that's kind of a grail piece for any collector. Like, if you get one for a good price, maybe keep it in box. But honestly, there's so many other better Deadpools out there at this point. Moving on. Anyone pick up the Guardians comic set for $40 last week? Nobody.
Oh man, that was a sick deal.
Well, I've been.
What comic set?
You know what's funny? You know when you already have some shit and then it goes like on a super deal and you're just tempted to buy it just because it's on that super deal and shit. That's how I felt for the Guardian set, but I already had it like 2 times over. So
right.
Wait, are you guys talking about that one that was like exclusive to Entertainment Earth or whatever earlier?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. There's like no reason to get it now. What the heck?
Sonic Rockman for Pharaoh. Actually, Pharaoh's gone, but I guess we can just direct this all over.
I see why they real quick though. I see why they put out that Guardian set again though, because they finally
Releasing new stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, they finally getting ready to release the Angela and shit, and you'll be able to like complete that theme. So.
Sort of though, but not really, because it's like the costumes don't even match.
Is it a re-release or did they just have a lot of overstock and now
Probably overstock.
Overstock.
For sure.
And it's funny, they always do this. They put it on sale and then they act like it's sold out. And right now it's listed as sold out, but I guarantee you in like a month from now, all of a sudden there's going to be stock again. Like, where did this come from?
Just found a box in the back of the warehouse.
Just found another 500 of these in the back of the warehouse. You can buy it.
Pancho from Sonic Rockman. Does the new premium cell coming out look more manga/anime accurate than the one that's been out? DBZ fans are colorblind, man.
Whoa. I don't know. It doesn't, neither of them look color accurate to me. I think it just depends on what you watched. Like, because the first dub, like the Toonami dub of Dragon Ball, is infamously like blown out. The colors are blown out. They just cranked up the contrast and saturation, set the brightness to 80% and said, fuck it, ship it, let's go. And then I don't know. So I think a mixture of both will be fine. If they ever do a 2.0 cell, I think that's when they'll do it. You know what? As a quick segue, I think that there is a 2.0 cell in the works right now, and they're putting out this perfect color to just squeeze out as much money as they can out of cell, because if they put out a perfect color after the 2.0, who the fuck would buy it? So I think a 2.0 is in the works.
That is exactly the way that this company works. There is a reason why you're getting a re-release of a really like cool and what you thought was like a really hard figure to get, and it's simply because, well, there's probably going to be another one right after, and they want to get that second juice out of this mold.
Yeah. So I think I think the perfect color, he looks too vivid to me, especially his exposed like purple bits. They're too like neon for me. Like I think his overall green is fine, albeit a little too bright. And I think that they purposefully did that because the 2.0 is probably going to be the best color graded one.
Yeah, it's gotta be something to where like even though the 2.0 is going to be better, it can't be similar enough to where you're not going to buy the 2.0 because it's so similar to the one you bought just like 6 months ago.
Yeah, exactly. And I know that they never change anything with these perfect colors, but if they could at least tighten those damn joints on that cell, that'd be fantastic.
Oh, for the love of God.
Because the original cell is the loosest out of the box SH figure arts that I've probably handled ever.
Oh, who's
What is
back?
going on?
Somebody's vacuuming.
Yeah. Someone's vacuuming.
Somebody's out here, taking care of business, making sure that all the hair is out of the carpet.
It was probably me, honestly.
One of you was high as shit because you just started cleaning, obviously, out of nowhere. That's some real high shit.
Hey, man, I know I'm doing the podcast, but my lady's about to come. I got to take care of this.
Honey, let
Hey.
your families are gonna get it done. Here's another. Here's a world tournament question. When are we getting the results for round 1?
Right now.
Never.
Oh, here we
At
go.
this
Live.
very second, prepare yourself.
I think it'll be tomorrow. I think it'll be at some point tomorrow or possibly maybe very late tonight. It depends. I don't know, but I'm thinking tomorrow for sure.
Okay.
Cool. And can you run through who the judges are again, just for people? Because somebody's asking who the 5th judge is.
Myself,
Who the 5th is.
Craig Warwick, Rectangular.
Pharaoh?
Pharaoh's not a judge.
Oh,
Al Chang actually replaced Pharaoh as a judge.
Oh shit.
And,
oh shit.
and Slings. Yeah, me, Slings, Todd, Craig, and Al.
Can you enlighten us as to why Pharaoh is no longer a judge? What's the deal? Did you what's
He
going
just
on?
couldn't do it. He was just he just had a lot of shit going on that he had to take care of. He wasn't going to be available to do it, and Al wasn't available to participate, but he was interested in judging, and being that he won one of the slots in summer shots, and obviously he's battle tested and definitely one of the best people on the page. We thought that was a decent fit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Good compromise.
All sounds logical.
Yeah.
but yes, so those are the 5, and I have not looked at anybody else's scores, like actually looked at their scores, but I peeked in on their sheets, and I'm probably lagging the farthest behind and finishing up. I did my once through of the first 40 videos or whatever, and scored maybe 20 something of them. So, tonight I'll sit down and do some more, and it should be done by tomorrow afternoon. And yeah, they should be out tomorrow. Yeah, they should be out tomorrow. I want to look at them again with my score sheet up, even though I have most of my scores filled in or whatever. Like, we have a shared spreadsheet where we fill in the scores and everything is automatically calculated and whatever the case may be. And so everybody has their own tab. So you can kind of peek in on somebody else's shit, but you don't really do that because we just don't really do that. But yeah, I just looked to see where everybody's progress was. And I know Craig is finished. I know Al is finished. Todd is finished, I believe. I think it's just me and Slings kind of lagging behind.
Todd is a diligent man.
Yeah, Todd is very white, so that's really good.
Todd is the man. Todd, if you're listening to this,
He's all
Very
about
man.
Caucasian. Very Caucasian.
I gotta give a shout out to Craig Warwick. Craig
he's all
Warwick is
about-
great. He gave me some really nice words on Instagram.
punctuality
Great
and
guy.
shit. Yeah, Craig is the man. Oh, and real quick, we had talked about we had mentioned Glenn, but Glenn's partner had put up a video on his channel this past week too.
We talked about that a little bit earlier.
We did. Oh, maybe I was drinking a beer or some shit somewhere else.
no, I don't think.
No, we didn't talk about it live. We talked about it in the pre-show.
Oh, you're right. My bad.
So yeah, check that out. It's on Glenn's channel, so don't be alarmed if you see a subscription pop up in the box from Glenn's channel or whatever, or a video pop up in your subscription box from Glenn's channel. It's Glenn's partner put up a video. And yo, one thing I want to talk about that, You motherfuckers have no tact, some of you. Like, some of you are just like some uncouth motherfuckers. You know, like, I say some stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, give your condolences, say whatever, whatever. But, like, yo, to go into, like, all of this extra shit on the video is, like, in the comments, it's, like, it's mad disrespectful, man. Like, it's
Well,
like.
what happened?
It was just people being like, "Whoa, Glenn's gay. That's
Yeah,
crazy."
yeah. Like, yo, what the fuck? Like, yo, keep that shit to yourself. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is.
I'm sorry, but like anybody who didn't know the homie Glenn was gay, like
Come on, where are
must
you?
have serious intelligence problem.
Intelligence. Come on now. Come on now. No, we don't want to be like on some bullshit, but some shit is clear as fucking day. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's obvious I'm black. You look at my skin, it's brown.
Boog is black.
I learned that when I saw him doing a figure review, and I saw his black ass hands manhandling a figure.
There you go. See?
At first, I thought, oh, he's wearing mittens.
It's all about getting the right kind of shoe polish.
No, those are just.
Oh my god!
Those are just
You
gloves.
would bring that up. You would bring that up.
It's an all. Yeah.
Black people don't do reviews. Those are gloves. Don't worry about that.
Those are obviously skin enhancing gloves.
Oh my god!
Yeah, they were just saying some dumb shit in the comments. I had to just leave my comments and go. I like normally the comments are the most entertaining thing about some videos and shit, but not on that one, man. Like, come on, y'all. Just
that's absolutely ridiculous.
You know, give Ian his props for even getting on video and doing that shit. That's not his shit. He don't be on YouTube. He's, you know, that's not what he does.
I was just gonna say he held it together really good on the video.
Yeah.
So to him, you know, it's strength to do that.
Right. But yeah, check out the video. And then any of you motherfuckers thumbing down the video, why are you doing that?
Why would they do that?
What's the thumb
down vote?
God. What were they expecting?
I never get that. Are they thumbing it down because are mad that Glenn is gone? Is it not a disrespectful thing, or are they thumbing it down because they really don't like the video? Like, what don't you like about that? What's going on?
They're taking out their sadness on the downvote button. I don't know.
Maybe I don't know.
I mean, maybe they don't feel like morally. It's not morally right to like this video because it's so sad, so they have to dislike it. I don't know.
But I saw one comment from somebody who said they've been watching his video since they were 7 now or something. So so looking at that, I said, you know what? Maybe it's just a lot of kids. Maybe it's a lot of kids that just
that's what I think.
What the fuck they're talking about and just don't even know that they are like stepping over boundaries and like saying some stupid shit.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well.
Yeah,
being out of pocket is still being out of pocket, though.
Keep it respectful, you know.
You know, but kids these days, like you got to realize it's a little different for some of us that's like over 30 or pushing 40 and shit. Like, you know, we grew up with the internet, but not really. Like, you know, like these kids grew up with the internet. They don't really even know about, like, you know what I'm saying? Like shit that you probably should and shouldn't do on the internet or say. Like everything's memes and jokes and this and that. So, like, you know, I guess I can't really hold it against them too bad, but you know.
Nah, it's cool. Hold them accountable.
Hey man, the only way people learn is by being told they're doing something wrong.
No, they slapped in the fucking head. That's what they need. Just
boom, there you go. Or that. We could do that. We get a little physical.
Just give them
get a little salt in the mix.
Slap on the back of the head. Like, what the fuck are you doing, kid? But yeah, man, rest in peace to Glenn, man, and definitely respect to for Ian for putting up the video and giving everybody and you know what, answering a lot of people's also like kind of fucked up question of how he died and like, you know, like, yo, let them.
That shit doesn't even concern anyone. Like, it's
none of your concern.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, and not just that, but he addressed it in the video. Like, why are you asking again in the comments?
Come on.
He literally says what happened in the video. And there's like a million comments like, wait, how did he die?
Watch the video. Simple as that.
Literally saying it. I don't know what to tell you, kid. He literally just said it.
Unreal.
I don't want to watch this whole video. Could somebody just tell me what happened?
Definitely a sad thing, man. But yeah, let's
move it on. Let's keep it light. Let's get another question going here. There was one for Pharaoh, but he left, so I'll just give it to everybody else. And
While we're waiting for more questions, I'm sure John at this point entered. He saw that guy that I was talking about that looks like Titus's body.
Wait, who? What?
Oh, he
This
linked it
guy
in the
named
chat.
Randall.
Oh, yeah. I see it now. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people are wanting to make this weird guy.
No.
I don't remember him whatsoever, other than having the figure as a child.
Let's not and say that we didn't.
I have no idea who the fuck this guy is.
He has a very, very large bandana. Seems very inspired by the Rob Liefeld '90s era of X-Men, and yeah, let's.
I mean,
not.
he definitely looks like he's living on a prayer.
Let's definitely not.
Well, here's speaking of packaging. What do we think of the current Marvel Legends packaging? This is from Zirak Imran. Is there something they have to change to protect from swapping and theft? Would we like some sort of like throwback packaging?
Employees. Called
Yeah,
better
unless
better
the
employees.
employees are educated, there's like nothing a package will do.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, the only thing that they could do is go back to the fucking crazy clamshells. That was
and even then, those crazy clamshells, I used to see people steal stuff from them all the time.
Yeah, people will razor blade those shits, but won't be you won't be doing swaps though with that. That's for sure, because you really got to be on some like MacGyver shit to put that back together. You know what I'm saying? You're definitely not going to do swaps, but
as stupid as it seems during that time, I guess people were like, it was like right before the internet blew up to be like the thing that it is now. At that time, people really didn't know what was worth what, and I remember very vividly that it was during that time where comics were like, man, they're going to be worth something, comics are fucking collectibles, et cetera, et cetera. And like people were stealing the comics out of those fucking Legends all the time. Like, yeah, y'all can keep the toy, but everybody knows comics are going to be worth something.
The ones that say not for resale.
Yeah, not for resale. It's so funny. I remember just going to like fucking KB Toys and like Targets and like them being marked off with percentages off because somebody stole the fucking comic. Like, what is this? Why?
If anything, I would thank them because, like, some of those Toy Biz ones that came with the comic books, I mean, the figures are definitely worth more than the book itself.
Yeah, most of the time they were just random reprints that had nothing to do with the cover.
Exactly. That's funny. Gotta love thievery. Thievery is always very funny.
It's desperate shit. Oh. It's pathetic.
People really out here about to suck dick for Marvel Legends.
Point them in the direction they'll go in flocks.
It's sad.
All right, man, just 2 sucks, and I better get that Deadpool.
I'll give you 2 sucks. Give you the zuck real quick.
Let me get the suck on, baby.
Damn.
on a side note, though, there was like a live stream, I guess, with Mark Zuckerberg, and people kept saying "zuck" in the comments, and he was like, "What is the zuck? If you inform me what it is, I'll definitely give it to you."
So removed. So removed.
Oh man, yeah. Look it up on YouTube. It is ridiculous. Like, what's going on with giving somebody the zuck? I don't. What is that? I mean, you guys let me know, and I'll get the team on giving you guys the zuck immediately.
Wow.
And it was just ridiculous. He was just so oblivious.
Is he that? Like, I really never really like listened to him. Like,
it was gold.
Is he like a
gold.
super like nerdy geek dude, or I don't?
He just sort of speaks like this. He's very formal.
Okay.
Very like Silicon Valley bred dude.
Yeah, he's a very repetitive person. Like, he literally has lunch at the place down the street from me every fucking day. My friend's the manager of the restaurant, and he's there every fucking day having the same fucking lunch every day. Ridiculous.
I mean, not having to like debate where to eat though, honestly, is it increases productivity. Same thing with not having to choose your wardrobe. That's why Steve Jobs always was seen wearing the same black turtleneck and blue jeans.
Absolutely, I agree with both of those things wholeheartedly. I wear the same exact thing every single day. Well, I have to wear a suit to work, so I was
just about to say, man, you got to wear a suit. You don't count.
No, but I keep a suit. I keep a couple suits at work. There's a cleaners like 2 blocks away from my job, so I just rotate my suits through the cleaners and keep them at work. But I wear a sweatsuit or sweatpants and a sweatshirt to work every single solitary day. Pretty much, I'll pick one sweatsuit and wear it for the entire week, and just change it to my suit, and then change out of my suit and back into my sweatpants every day. I eat at the same 2 places pretty much every single day, to the point where it's like I'll eat at one of my like spots for the morning for like a week, and then just pay them at the end of the week for all of my breakfast for the week. Like, it's that ridiculous. Like, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, I get to do a lot of shit during the day that I need to do. I get to pretend like I'm doing my actual work and do a lot of A.C.B.A shit that I want to do. You know, I agree with that.
So on that note, when are the A.C.B.A sweatsuits coming out?
Right.
I want those in velour, my dude.
Basically,
Oh man, please, somebody get me a red velour A.C.B.A tracksuit.
we need them in all sizes. We need them up to 6X, baby.
Kanga caps to go with that, with the A.C.B.A logo.
Yeah, let's get the Clarks out there, the Clark Wallabies. Let's go.
Yeah, Wallabies.
Oh man.
Oh man.
A.C.B.A Snuggies, says Rockman.
Oh my god. Too far.
I'll tell you what's not too far. Zirak Imran is asking if I'm a robot controlled by Randy.
That isn't too far. That's
Just a human controlled by Randy. Don't get it.
Where do you think all the money in the company goes? It doesn't go into articulation. It goes into more programming for Fabio.
Advertisement.
Oh my god, that awkward moment
Not
when
so
you
much
realize
a
that like
robot.
Fabio is a host. Fabio's a host.
No,
Right out of
see,
Westworld.
I figured it out. It's more like that movie Dead Silence, and I've got like my rich heiress controlling me through my spine like a puppet.
God, what a reference.
What a reference.
Over everyone's head.
Yep. Anyway, how long do you think it'll take Hasbro to start utilizing some of the newer bucks like Spidey 2099 and UK? And any
I mean,
figures from 2017 that have been announced and not shown? This is where Todd chimes in the chat.
well, announced, I mean,
Cufflinks.
announced like Mary Jane. We haven't seen the figure, so that counts. Same thing with Dark Phoenix. Same thing with the Peter Parker or Spider-Man that the Mary Jane's going to be paired with. And then no one's sure what's actually coming with the Dark Phoenix one, but I'm assuming that everyone's correct in their assumption that it's going to be the 80s Cyclops. Or, yeah, late 70s, early 80s Cyclops. Giant size X-Men. I'm really disappointed that we don't have like more figures from that era. It's like they're trying to round out the Astonishing team by giving us that new Colossus, but
And
it's really
Sunfire too.
Yeah. It's just like, can they just finish one damn thing at like I'm really tired of getting figures from like, oh, we're still getting stuff from like the heroic age, or you know, things that are like so far removed or were so minute and small in terms of, you know, how much they were actually taking up in the actual comic books, that it's like irrelevant by the time that you get them in hand.
Let's see. Oh, True Star Screamer. He asked before, but what do you think of the Revoltech Spider-Man? Is it going to be a game changer?
I think that the Venom is actually going to be the game changer if we're having to put game changer next to anything. But that Venom looks amazing.
I think that
Yeah,
Spider-Man is going to get a lot of people woke in terms of our
show.
in terms of high dynamic articulation and posing.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna check out that entire backlog of Revoltech figures that they have put aside because they look funny when you stand them.
Exactly. Yeah, when that Spider-Man's in that swinging pose.
Unprecedented. I agree with you. I think the Venom is gonna be like more substantial, because like to see a figure of that size and like bulk move like that or get in poses like that, I think that's gonna open a lot of eyes in terms of not only collectors but other companies to see what they could do with such a large figure. I think so. That's just me.
Well, you're alone on that one, bud.
Sorry.
To be honest, I didn't even hear, so I might be with you, I might not. I don't know.
Just hit some of these
World
major reactions asking if the judges have watched all the world tournament entries. I think only Al Chang and Todd, or no, not Todd, somebody else. Craig Craig and Al Chang are done, so we're waiting on everybody else.
Craig Ao Chang, and Todd.
No, Todd said he's not ready. He mentioned in the comments.
Oh, okay, he's not ready. Okay, so yeah, we still finishing up. I would say that being that tomorrow's off day for most everybody, I actually have to go into the office, but it won't really be anybody there, so that's what I'll be doing. I'll be sitting there.
Yeah,
in the tracksuit.
MLK Day, isn't that some sort of like hate crime?
Damn.
But,
Is that like, oh, it's ironic at least.
somebody just sent me $73. What's that?
Hey, become a.
But yeah, so that's what I'll be doing. I'll be finishing up my my entries, and hopefully my girlfriend will be working on a nice dinner for when I get home.
Best day.
Yeah.
Sonic Rockman is asking if I have any of the red aliens. I have 6. I have 6 red aliens, and I have the alien queen, and none of mine broke. So your friend's gotta, I don't know, shrink the size of his hands, not manhandle them so much.
Wow.
Get his grease.
Pharaoh would attack you right here. Pharaoh would attack.
Man, I'll tell you something about NECA.
Quick insert. I forgot to mention this earlier, but I would definitely put the Nathan Drake NECA figure in my top 10 for the year.
Definitely. That was actually a really good figure.
Yeah, I was looking at mine the other day, and I was like, "Fuck, this is a
forgot to
fantastic
mention the quarter scale Deadpool. That was an incredible figure. Even if you don't collect that scale, for the price, man, you're getting an incredible figure. Super.
Wait, are you talking about the NECA one?
Yeah, the 1/4 scale one.
Man, just get the fucking Hot Toys one if you're gonna mention like a
Well,
crazy
it's only
scale
$100,
one.
you know.
I would rather have the Hot Toys one, honestly.
Ooh.
Well,
So
it's a
get that
single
shit out
display
of here.
piece. It's really nice.
Get that shit out of here. Tell NECA to hit me up when they actually make a Giant Man. Then I'll like ride them for a bit. But it'll probably break. So like, what's the point? Never mind. NECA's irrelevant. Whew. Shots fired.
Boog, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Sorry, Randy.
Is the shop going to restock any flight stands soon?
Yes, actually, they're in production right now. Actually,
Ooh, there we go. There you go, mighty.
We was having a little trouble with the site this past week. So, for whatever reason, it's been okay for you guys, for people to log on and place orders and shit like that. But on our end, it's been some issues. So we gotta go back and see what happened with our updates and shit. So we'll be doing that tomorrow. And I totally forgot to mention this too, but I don't even know if I'm actually supposed to, really, honestly. But I already pre-ordered a bunch of cases of the new X-Men wave from Legends. So we're probably gonna put up our pre-orders. Maybe tomorrow once we actually get everything situated. We'll be putting up a bunch of new things on the site and getting the site situated again.
What's the expected release date?
The expected release date is I want to say it's March, I believe. I'm not sure, but I'm thinking that we may get them a little early. Don't quote me on that. You know, this last X-Men wave was a fucking disaster, and I apologize to people and shit. You know, usually the things that we order at the release date, we get them at the right time and shit. Sometimes a little earlier, especially when it comes to Spider-Man waves. But our representative had actually called us. He has sent me an email and said, "Listen, you know, on a low, we're gonna put up the pre-orders for X-Men, so get ready to put in your orders and shit." And then he ended up calling us and was like, "Actually, scratch that. I'm not supposed to say that, but place your order with me right now over the phone or whatever." So I'm thinking that, you know, it'll be a little early. We'll be one of the first for sure. I can guarantee that we'll be one of the first, but I don't know if it'll be before the real release date or not. But this week, I might get the Invisible Woman, the Groot, and the what's the name that everybody got, and possibly the Guardians of the Galaxy wave, like as a personal thing, not on the shop, but as a personal thing. So If so, obviously I'll put up reviews and all of that good shit, and I'll give some shit away too.
Hey.
Hey, Sonic Rockman, nobody is deleting any comments by Shartimus Prime on Boog's videos.
Oh no, yeah, I don't delete comments. I never delete comments. I never try to censor anybody that says anything, even if they say "fuck you, Boog, I hate your mother."
Yeah, and the problem isn't with Shartimus, it's with his fan base. And, like, you know, we can't really control the fact that his fan base.
Yeah, it's not Shartimus at all. As you all know, Shartimus is a friend of mine. We cool. It ain't no issue with Russ or whatever. But you know, some of his fan base could be a little fanatical and shit. So
Very.
How dare you disagree with Shartimus? He's the #1 Marvel Legends reviewer.
And Boog is on his Stephen A. Smith shit right now. He's like, Shartimus Prime is a friend of mine. We've had dinner many times before.
The audacity, the unmitigated gall.
Who starts asking if he missed out on drama? I wouldn't really call it drama. It's just Boog didn't like the Marvel Legends. He put it as one of his most disappointing figures, the Legends Black Panther from the movie. And Shartimus Prime chimed in to say, "Oh man, but that's actually one I like," and his fans just took it from there.
Yeah, fuck you, Boog. Why don't you agree with Shartimus, you shit?
he's better than you.
Don't you see it? Do you see his mohawk? It radiates awesomeness. Please.
Radiates a lot of hair gel.
Ooh,
Boom.
Very.
damn.
Anyway, let's see. Oh, somebody asked Tayo. He asked a few times what we think of his Bruce Lee Iron Fist picture. I think I found it here in the chat or in the Facebook group. I don't know if this guy wants us to like critique his photo live or whatever, but I do have it here if you guys want to see it.
Let's
Tell
go.
me.
He's asked a couple times, so he must really want it. I don't know.
Overall, in the group, like recently, there's been a lot of fucking nice shots, though, man.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of nice stuff.
Very.
Screen share this bad boy right now. Boom. There we are. Tayo Saheed Allison.
Oh, I saw this one. It's a little blurry, man. You gotta get your.
Yeah, the first thing I notice is you get a lot of like glare coming off of Iron Fist. So I think your light might be a little hot too because it's really reflecting
hot.
the gold here.
Definitely put like a what's that called, the tissue paper?
Yeah,
Yep.
or a coffee filter or something.
Yeah, something.
Paper towel.
Yep.
Something to soften the light. But yeah, it looks like the focus is a little weird too. Like it looks like the focus is right here on his face, and then Bruce Lee and then Iron Fist here in the front look a little out of focus.
Yeah, you might want to get the focus on Iron Fist.
Or make
Yeah.
sure that Iron Fist and Bruce Lee are actually like on the same plane. Like you can see right here where their feet are planted. You see this black line right here that's like one segment forward from where Bruce Lee is back here. So that'll fuck with your focus too, because they're not on the same plane. You know what I'm saying?
Posing could be better on all three.
I like the backdrop. I like the dial, but I don't know about that flooring if it actually makes sense. I don't.
Maybe if it was darkened a little bit, it does look a little like light. If it,
No, it's just that it, traditionally is that how it would be in a dojo? That's sort of like
No, that is actually like what it would be like in a Japanese home.
Mhm.
But it's like exaggerated looking. In Japan they have a flooring system called tatami, and it's like bamboo mats. And like this looks similar to that, but like
but you
really,
wouldn't
like-
fight on
like-
that, though, right?
no, you don't. A dojo isn't made of tatami mats. Usually.
Right, that's what I mean. So yeah, with me, a lot of times with a lot of things, it's just got to make sense. Like if it just doesn't make sense to me off the rip, then I'm not gonna fuck with it, honestly. Like
I see what he's going for here with the floor, but yeah, maybe it's a little not quite the right texture. Or maybe if these wooden panels were like a little bit thinner, so that it looks a little bit more.
Floor aside, it's really just the lighting and the focus that needs work.
Yeah, maybe the framing just a little bit like very
posing.
square. Maybe turning the camera sideways would be better.
Definitely the posing too, though, man. You want to make everything look as natural as possible. Look at Iron Fist's biceps, how they both kind of rotate in an odd way. You might want to relax his arms at the shoulder a bit and put it down so you can rotate the biceps in a more natural way and have them kind of literally rest on his thighs. That particular mold is very good for natural relaxed poses. I see you got the legs crossed in that B side though. That looks pretty decent. But yeah, man,
Uh,
just keep working with it. This is a little ambitious. I think you could probably like scale it back just a little
Yeah,
bit.
I think he's going for almost like he's meditating on something that happened in the past.
Mm.
Yeah,
he's-
I put a picture of what I'm assuming he was trying to get an idea of, but he can just buy that actual floor from the people that make Nendoroid's Good Smile. It's called tatami mat. It's gonna be expensive, but it's gonna look accurate at least.
Oh, hang on, I had a picture pulled up.
Oh, I see. Right.
Yeah, you see what he was going for, but like his
Yeah.
looks like it's like a dinner mat.
Yeah, it looked like it wouldn't feel good under your feet. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
Exactly.
if you look at the picture that I put, it's like really flush the floor. It's really soft and flush. It's not like raised and bumpy and
Is this a render from a game or something, Rick?
yeah, I believe so. Yeah,
Okay.
it's just a cleaner render. Yeah.
Yeah, it just looks like something out of PS2. It's tripping me out.
Oh yeah, this isn't like that's not a real image now.
Is that path?
But yeah, for anybody that wants a tatami mats, you can just you can go on Ami. I'm sure they're still in stock as a tatami mats, and you can just buy a bunch of them and make your own floor. It's just going to be a little more expensive, but it's going to be accurate.
So yeah, there you go, Tayo. We hope this helps a little bit. We see what you're going for here. Just kind of flesh out the idea, make it a little simple. Maybe you can make these two different shots, using the same background, but really like focus on the angle and the exact framing for everything here. I'm not sure why it's kind of like a square frame here, but if you're taking this with like your phone or something, turn your phone horizontal.
You know what? We should probably do this more. That was enjoyable.
Yeah.
But also really focus on making sure that like when you have a character that's like crouched down and in sort of this meditative state, you want to make sure that they're sitting upright. Like it makes no sense to have Iron Fist leaning towards the left. It looks like he's dozing off during meditation, if anything.
Okay. And you can see the posing of his feet a little bit better here, so you can see that.
So you want to make sure that he's sitting upright and that he's pretty much centered.
Yeah, I mean, we can do this, in further episodes if people have, we can do the
Live critiques.
grind on segment live,
Yeah, if we have like today, we don't have that many questions. We do one or two pictures that we try to help improve and whatnot.
Well,
let's take a look at the others.
that we just see that we think is dope and just bring it up and talk about it and shit too.
Yeah, I actually really like
like Michael Wisman has been killing the game lately. Fabio just scrolled past one of his pictures.
Well, here's another one. I did want to.
There's one right there. Michael Wisman has been making A.C.B.A. his bitch.
Yeah, I put up that picture earlier. Yeah, that shit's fucking fire. You know what it is? Bring that shit up for a second, Fabio. But you know what it is? Where people fuck up a lot too. Like, symmetry is appealing to the eye. Like, look how fucking symmetrical this picture is. You got Goku dead center of the picture. All the effects are symmetrical. Everything is like. Everything looks so fucking clean and so vibrant. And it's not much here. There's literally no diorama. It's mostly effect parts. He's got one little part of a diorama sticking out in the backpack there, that little rock right there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's really just about the clarity, the focus, the symmetry of the shot. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not much to it, but it's still very intricate. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what's amazing about everybody's style and how they do things and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like A.C.B.A. is literally like looking at different painters or different sketch artists in comic books and shit. Like, some people have a style that is very, very intricate and very detailed, say like Steve McNiven, who's like probably one of my favorite comic book artists and shit. And then you have some people who is a little more cartoony or more like less detail, but still definitely art and still definitely good. Like what's homeboy's name that does the like crazy funny what is his name?
Scotty Young?
No, it's two of them. It's two of them, the father and son, maybe, I guess. Same last name.
Oh, John Romita.
Yes. Right, you know what I'm saying? So then you have somebody with a style like that that's a little more cartoony, a little more exaggerated and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's style is different. It's okay for you to be different and for you to be you. Just be clean. Just just follow the basics, man. Like the basics. Like one of the most basic things that you can follow though is symmetry. Like, you know what I'm saying? If it looks good and whatever the main focus is dead center and that draws somebody's eye to it, then you know you've done half your job already. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like immediately you look right at this and you're like, fuck. And then you start looking at all of the little intricate details and be like, yo, he really put time and effort into this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, another thing too is that you know, it does help that in this picture it's not just, you know, him forcing an SHF Goku in it.
Yeah, he messes with the scale of the Shoto figures, which is
you know what? He makes the figure look better than it probably actually fucking is too.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's like Pancho was saying earlier, you know, it kind of sucks when people forcibly want to put the SHF Goku in front of the aura effects because it looks so fucking small. And this one, he forced nothing. He used something that nobody else used in it, and it looks much cooler that way.
Yeah, you know what? I've as many times as I've taken out the Bandai effects and tried to use it with the regular SHF figures, I've never found my groove with them, honestly, and that's why I may have only taken like 1 or 2 pictures ever and shit. They just been sitting on the shelf all of this time. So.
Yeah, the only time that I've felt good about a photo I've done with those auras was I think it was Photo Combat last year, and then Vegeta was kneeling. He wasn't even standing up. He was kneeling. So, yeah. To add to what you were saying, like I noticed that a lot of the times, a lot of people come onto the page, and their first post will be an incredibly ambitious shot with a lot of noise, not necessarily like photograph noise, but like a lot of props and a lot of effects and, you know, this and that, like a couple of figures in the photo. And that's just, it's a lot. Like I admire your
ambition.
I admire your ambition, but like, if you want to naturally get better at what you want to accomplish, like start small, like perfect something on a small level and then move up from there. Like,
yeah, man, less is more, man.
Yeah, exactly. Like and then especially when people ask for critiques on stuff like that, like naturally the critique list is going to be fairly large because there's just so much stuff happening in the photo, and then because of that, the person might get a little discouraged because the advice may be good, but it's just so much.
Yeah, like they get the feeling like, oh, they're not trying to help me; they're just trying to shit on me.
Yeah, exactly. And I've felt like that a couple of times when giving advice for certain shots like that, and I felt it enough times to where it's prompting me to say this now. Like, just
have to come out and say it.
Yeah, yes. Like start off simple. Like Simple Sunday is like the best time to post. Is the best time to like do your first shots in the group, because it's the theme of the day is to post simple shots, like just sometimes even vanilla poses are fine, and portrait pieces, and then you know just tag what to grind on, and then everybody will let you know. So
yeah, it's easy to want to just do the biggest production that you fucking can, and at the end of the day, your stuff suffers because you just look like such a goof trying to do so much at once.
Yeah. And I don't, it's hard to, I get it. Like I'm guilty of doing the same thing as well. Like in like I remember when I first started figure photography, I was doing the same shit, like on Instagram. Like I was trying to set up these huge scenes, but the scene was so huge that if I wanted to get everybody in frame, they look like shit. Like everybody looks like shit. I got like 3 fights going on at the same time, and then it's just like a normal, like straight on, like framed picture of the photographs, and it looks bad. Like mess around with like dynamic angles and stuff like that. If you think if your picture just looks too plain, mess around with dynamic angles, and then see what works for you.
And on that note,
if you
have any final questions?
Yeah,
ask away, and we may or may not. Note to everyone: if it's If it's NECA related, we're answering
Oh god.
immediately.
Well, this question actually branches off what we were just talking about, and it's using these wave effects right here to simulate like dust or air kicking up. Sonic Rockman is not a fan of it.
Wow.
I think it works.
I feel
It
like
works.
if you use it in the right context, it works. Like this Goku picture, it works. I think.
I mean, I think if you do anything well, you could make it work. I forget exactly who it was, but they used the wave effect for Iceman and hit it with some light, and the shit looked amazing. Who was
I
that?
saw that. I can't remember who it was, but I know exactly which photo you're talking about.
It looked official.
Yeah. And I understand what he's saying because I see a lot of people use the wave effects and it looks like shit, but this just isn't the case. At least in my opinion, this does not fall into the category of it being used misproperly. Like I know I've seen like Bruce Lee kicking up really hard and it has those wave effects. It just looks so cheesy and stupid. It just looks so forced. I don't think this is forced at all. I think this works pretty well. You know how many times there's like water coming around these DBZ characters, like when they're over the water or something like that, or it should just be air, simply air. You know.
I mean,
I think an
Sonic
important
Rockman
thing.
is saying that it all just looks like water to him. I can understand that with the blue one, but this white one just kind of looks like wind or dust.
The white plumes of clouds are very prominent in the manga and anime of Dragon Ball. So maybe that to me, if it's a Dragon Ball figure, my brain is already trained to look for that anyway in Dragon Ball, so it doesn't bug me as much of Dragon Ball. But with some other stuff, I can see where he's coming from. You know what was interesting? I noticed when those white effects came out, a lot of people were using them with Iron Man too, and I thought that worked as well. I think it just boils down to where they're placed in your shot. If they're just like sitting there, if that's like the only effect in your shot and it's just laying on the ground, of course it's gonna look like dog shit. Like just like with every other prop, like layering is key with all this stuff. Like
very much so.
If you layer it right, it'll work. But I mean, I don't know. That's just what I think.
Exactly. I know. We all understand what you're talking about because we see the shitty pictures that forcibly put these effects in it, but this isn't one of them.
All right, let's take one more question and start wrapping it up.
Vlogs. I think he's asked us a couple times, so we can hit this one quickly and maybe one more. Which is each of our favorite Toy Biz legends?
Ooh.
Favorite Toy Biz? Probably the Giant Man Build-A-Figure is up there.
That's a good one. Face-Off Cap has to be in there somewhere.
Yeah, even though he's pretty much outdated now. And then I have
talking Toy Biz only.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it wasn't it is Toy Biz, but it wasn't like branded as a Marvel Legends, I suppose. But I mean, the
Face-Off Cap.
Well, no, I'm talking about J. Scott Campbell, the J. Scott Campbell Spider-Man, the one that's commonly known as the McFarlane, even though it's not a McFarlane.
Gotcha. If you wanted to brand it under Legends, it'd be the Sinister Six Spider-Man, right? Or Fearsome Foes, one of those.
Yeah, one of those. Yeah, just different head sculpt.
Yeah. Anyone else want to chime in?
Yeah, for me, it's such an A.C.B.A. answer, but to me, my favorite Toy Biz legend of all time is the Snapshot Spider-Man. I own like 3 of those, and I almost bought a 4th one like in 2010 when somebody was offering it to me opened with like that little camera shit. Opened for $20, and I was like, dude, you think I'm gonna pay $20 for this?
Jesus.
I feel like a total idiot.
Like a complete jabroni.
I was like, dude, this is open. You think I'm gonna give you $20 for an open Spider-Man? Are you crazy?
Guy in a $16,000 suit is gonna buy this from you? Come on.
The guy in the $16,000 suit is gonna come over here and buy this $20 Spider-Man from you. Come on.
Oh man.
I gotta agree that Giant Man is still one of my favorite Toy Biz. It's probably still one of my favorite baths over any bath.
Definitely. Face-Off Hulk is another good one. I mean, we haven't had a definitive Hulk, so that one sort of wins by default.
Just in sculpt and of that one, the sculpt and design of that figure is great. If that figure had a freaking ab crunch, there'd be no Hulk touching that. There's still really no Hulk touching that yet.
Yeah. I mean, the Giant Man Wave Thor is still by default my favorite Thor just because it's a classic Thor. It could definitely be better and improved upon, but no one's really messing with that one. Yeah, Toy Biz has a lot of good ones that still have life on the shelf because Hasbro hasn't like made the proper effort to tackle some of those more classic costumes. But I mean that Giant Man, I don't see Hasbro ever doing another build a figure Giant Man, or at least nothing that's going to be like similar to that scale.
Yeah, I was about to say
That's,
I could see them doing it, being that they did one for the movie, but it's not going to look anything close to the scale of what the Toy Biz one was.
Well, that
Yeah.
leads us into another question from Thanos Ruler. He asked any Toy Biz figures that we can't see Hasbro topping, and that's definitely one of them.
Yeah,
Never
most
gonna be a
likely.
better classic Giant Man than that.
Most likely.
Which other one? Yeah, I think just Giant Man. I don't think I see anything. 100% Hasbro will never be able to top it. Is fucking Toy Biz MODOK. I don't see it just because can you really see them doing such a chunky, well sculpted
Yeah, it's
bat?
not happening. I agree. And you know what? That build a figure is fine, man. If you unplug the fire ass butt shit from it, and you just prop it up with a flight stand or some shit like that, or you know what I'm saying? It's a great figure, man. It's still a very detailed, very accurate MODOK. You're not gonna get a better MODOK. You're never gonna get a better MODOK. I agree.
Yeah. I just don't see it. I don't see it.
They'll never redo MODOK.
Definitely
Based on like cartoon or something like they did for Titus.
So that should tell you something right there. Being that they'll never redo MODOK, you better go and get you one if you haven't already.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, his price goes up with every year. It goes up by $10.
You can forget about it. When they dropped the AIM soldiers, that shit was up there.
Yeah, and before the AIM soldiers came out, you could find it for $25. And now he steady sells at 45 to 50, and it's gonna keep going up.
definitely their BAF Sentinels as well. I don't see Hasbro touching that.
Yeah, the BAF Sentinels too. I mean, even the Marvel Universe ones they were all right.
Like I always say, if they ever do a Nimrod Sentinel, that'll be the only way that they'll be able to touch the Build-A-Figure Sentinels, because those don't need to be huge. They just need to be big, basically.
Yeah.
So if they ever did that, you know what I'm saying? Second Coming still a very good X-Men arc, man. A very good X-Men story, man.
Yep.
And we didn't mention Doc Ock, but that's another one that Thanos Ruler was keen
Oh
on.
yeah, what was that series? What was it? 8? Or
8.
something like that?
Yeah.
Series 8 is Jesus, man. That's a great figure.
All right. Anything else we want to touch on? Should we get out of here?
Yeah, let's get out of here.
All right. Plug us out.
All right, so you definitely want to come follow us on Instagram. No question about that. We got the best fucking Instagram of any toy photography page on Instagram. There's no question about that. I stand by it 170%. So at Articulated Comic Book Art, find us on Instagram. If you're trying to get featured on our Instagram, one of the best ways to do that is come join us in our Facebook group. You join the group, you get your grind on, you post your pictures there. More than likely, if it's heat, it's going to get selected for a feature on our Instagram or on our fan page on Facebook as well. So like us on Facebook, and then join our group on Facebook. And yo, I know it takes a little time sometimes for us to accept requests on the Facebook group. In the Facebook group, it's not because we on some bullshit or some snobby shit or nothing like that. It's literally one person in charge of accepting the request, and he's got a life. He's got shit that he does, and we let him handle it. And every so often, a few of us will help out, and we'll do like a mass acceptance in one day or whatever the case may be. But usually he'll do 20 or so, every couple of days. So yeah, it takes a little bit of time, but it's not like we on some bullshit. We just we have. Everybody's got their own task to handle, and the one person that does that, he's on it, but it takes a little time. So yeah, if you're waiting to get in right now, that's probably it. Yeah, like us on Facebook, join the group on Facebook, follow us on Instagram. one thing I forgot to mention too, I showed a couple pictures, or I showed a picture in plastic and paint, but yeah, we made some pretty major moves right at the end of 2016, so we could write that shit off. But but we got a brand new like this brand new industrial printer, so we can print all of the cutouts and everything in the most highest, greatest definition. And we got a brand new laser cutter, which is not only going to allow us to make better and more cutouts, but do a ton of other things that we have been outsourcing for. Like we could make our own covers and everything for the cutouts and all of that stuff. And we also got a brand new 3D printer as well, which is going to be something really amazing as far as doing a lot of things that we've been wanting to do for a very long time in terms of making our own in-house props and accessories, you know, on the level of Tamashi. Because if you remember, if you've been following my channel for a long time, you know that I told the story. I might have told this on the podcast as well, but a couple of years before Tamashi started releasing all of their effects and stuff like that, me and Chartemis, we visited Dave Cortez at his studio here in New York and out in Brooklyn, I believe it was. The video's up on my channel, so you could go back and you could look back at that time. This was right before Tamashi started releasing their effects, and we spoke with Dave Cortez for like 3 hours about different shit, and we talked about possibly him doing some effects that we wanted to do for display art, and we explained to him how popular display art was and how things were really popping right now. He had no clue. He was kind of like out of touch with that shit, and for whatever reason, it didn't really pop off. It didn't happen where he could like do it for us, and yo, just sure enough, within the next couple of months, Tamashi released the explosion effects and started releasing these other things. And I'm not saying that they got the idea from us or anything like that. I'm saying that we snoozed on it and they started dropping shit. But there's still plenty of shit to be done, and that's what we're gonna do. That was the idea of doing a 3D printer. We're gonna be working closely with Dave Castle to cast, you know, some of these creations that we put up, and I got a couple of people who are proficient in that and the 3D technology to actually make the designs to send to us for us to upload to the printer and print them out. And we have already printed a couple of things. It's working fine. We printed like the sort of stock thing that you would print when you first get it, and I printed with no problem. It really is an amazing technology, by the way. But
the real question here is, when are you or Dave Castle or someone gonna fucking cast that damn cigar smoking Wolverine head? For the love of God.
Well, the thing with that is that Dave doesn't cast anybody's shit who is like an independent retailer.
That's on some like plagiarism type shit. Just leave it to May shelf. You know, that's main shit.
So don't even worry about that shit. There's bigger and better things for us to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's we don't need to step on anybody's toes as far as that goes. There's a ton of things that we have on the docket to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? But we also made a like a crate, like literally the equivalent to those crates that came with the what was that figure from the Spider-Man Classics line?
Tarantula.
We literally made one of those in a 3D printer, and shit's working fine. Shit's pretty fucking amazing. I guess I'm old and shit, but like you know,
we got a box. We printed a box.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing to see it like happen, you know, before your eyes and shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we're really excited about doing that and doing some A.C.B.A brand products, props, accessories. Like, I mean, we literally have over 100 things that we wanna do. So that's what's gonna be happening in 2017. We ready to really branch out and work specifically with some other admins that's gonna be helping us do this, and we're gonna all get together and we're gonna make some fucking money. That's what we're gonna do, man. So yeah, man, keep watching my channel, keep supporting the channel. I appreciate everybody watching and following and whatever the case may be. Thanks for supporting Cutouts and all of our merchandise. Somebody had asked about flight stands. They're gonna be coming back within the next month or so. Like I said, they're in production right now. The next wave of those. And also in production right now is the Series 5 of the A.C.B.A cutouts, and the series that's going to drop alongside the articulated icons release. So it's like a ninja pack, basically. But the cutouts that are in that pack, even if you don't have any of the articulated icon stuff, it's a dope wave. It's a dope set, regardless. Obviously, I've seen so many people using the Deadpool cutouts for different things that I never thought about. Like that. That's still so fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? So, it's crazy to see people's imagination run wild and the ideas that people come up with. So for the cutouts, even if we specifically intend them to be for one thing, it's crazy to see how people use them and shit. I see my man Muhammad use one of the Deadpool cutouts for the regular show characters and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
That
was
fucking
definitely nice.
really nice. That was cool. So yeah, I'm fucking rambling, but thanks to everybody for supporting the channel, supporting A.C.B.A. Look forward to a lot of stuff that we're going to do this year. I'll probably post a picture on my Instagram of the some of the equipment and shit like that. And yeah, that's all I gotta say.
I'll go quick. They call me Colonel Crackers on Instagram, YouTube, Reddit, Twitter, and Steam. I'm also on the Raw Live and Unedited Podcasting Network, where we do a whole family of great shows. You can listen to that at rawlivepod.com.
Rich, shout out to Rick. Shout out to Rich, excuse me, from the Raw Live Unedited Podcasting Network, if I said that properly. But
I gotta say it just like that.
I had posted a picture on my Instagram saying that I had got a Deadpool out of nowhere. And that was actually from Rich. That was one of the prizes for the World Tournament. Actually, he's got a couple of prizes coming for us from the World Tournament. They were one of the sponsors for the tournament. Yo, we got a couple of great prizes out the gate just for the raffle for people signing up and shit. So yeah, shout out to Rich and everybody over there. Appreciate you, brother.
Somebody was actually just asking about that extra Deadpool, so there's your answer.
Here's your answer. Yeah, if you signed up for the tournament, then you will automatically be entered into a raffle to possibly win.
Pancho.
Oh, it's my turn. Okay, let's go. I have a couple of things in the mix. I'll do a screen share real quick just so I have some context.
Yeah, but it's visual aids. This is a visual show.
Test.
Let's go. Okay, so I've been hard at work at Posing Ain't Easy. You can find all my stuff at anything, and my username is Pancheezy, Pancheezy. I'm on YouTube, Instagram, all that stuff. Most prominently on Instagram, but I'm heavily getting back into YouTube now. I sat down at the end of 2016 and I said, it's been too long since Posing Ain't Easy has been out. For those of you who don't know, Posing Ain't Easy is my YouTube show for A.C.B.A. and stuff. So I sat down and I got a lot of the groundwork done for my newest episode. I talked about it on last week's podcast about how I was working on it. But now the intro is up on my YouTube channel if you want to take a look at that. And then as well as the outro is up on my YouTube channel. Both rough drafts, spelling errors and all. So very excited. Very excited to have that up. That's like the one question I get on my YouTube channel all the time is when is Posing Ain't Easy coming back? So for those of you who are curious, Posing Ain't Easy is coming back like very soon. So I'm working on a whole bunch of segments. I'm pretty much just waiting to film one or two more things, and the first episode should be out fairly soon. And then I have a whole bunch of footage that I've filmed over its 2-year absence, which is shocking to say. But so episodes should be coming out fairly quickly after that, since I have a whole bunch of material posted. But yeah, that's it. If you want to check out my YouTube channel, it's just search Pancheezy on YouTube and it should come up.
By the way,
They don't even have to do that. They can just click the link down below.
Well, they sure can. By the way, Rick, what were you saying?
It's Ponchesi.
Oh, Ponchesi. Yeah, by the way, it's Ponchesi.
Chessie. Oh my goodness.
Real
Yeah,
quick,
that's it.
Pancho, what programs do you use to edit your videos? Major
Oh,
reaction.
shit.
wants to know.
There we go. I use Sony Vegas. Sony Vegas is what I use. Pretty much. That's it.
All right,
Um,
Rick, hit us with those plugs.
Yeah, and if
There
you
you go.
guys didn't know, P worked on the both of the trailers for the World Tournament. If you didn't know that, so obviously those came out fucking fire. So obviously you know that his editing skills and his skills with the with Sony Vegas, I guess, is pretty fucking good. So shout out to P for that, and shout out to my man Cheddar who rhymed over the track for version 2 of the World Tournament trailer. A lot of people like those trailers, and a lot of mad comments about the quality of the trailer and how nice those trailers were. So man, so shout out to you.
Now you know who to thank.
Yeah,
Cool.
and my pick was in the thumbnail, so good job with that, Pancho.
There you go.
Slutting my pick. Perfect.
What's good?
Rick?
What do you got?
Shit. Follow me on Facebook, I guess, at my regular name, just Rick.
Hey.
You can follow me on
My
Instagram,
personal life on Facebook. Come on.
my personal life. Whenever I stub my toe, whenever I see a funny meme, boom, you know where to catch me at, or at Instagram at RickDom2345. Shit. I mean, we should be having the import podcast back at some point, but Keiyo and our Emiya's completely unreliable Japanese bastard. So there's no trusting that Asian. And we'll hopefully be back soon. You'll catch me here every time, and maybe one of these days we'll finally get together, do the WWE one, Super Slam with Fabio.
Yeah.
Damn, Sonic Rockman just called you out. More shoe picks? More shoe picks?
Hell yeah, more shoe picks. I waste money. I waste more money on a pair of shoes than I do for all the figures I do in a year. So it's no joke. It's no joke. The shoes are coming back with a vengeance in my life. So.
Oh man. You guys can follow me at you know how to follow me. So you guys go ahead and ship us out, Boog.
Yeah, everybody's link is in the underbar too, so you definitely can follow everybody and stalk them and try to find out what they're doing in their personal life and shit. So.
If you live in the Southern California area, feel free to try and stalk me.
Feel free, my man. Said,
his
feel free.
address is 132 Stalk Me Lane.
Hey.
Yeah, until next week, man. Thanks for tuning in, and if you watching this or listening to this to the next day or in the next couple of days just to pass the time as you at work and shit, then shout out to you. All right, we out of here. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.